Adventurers, you all made your way across the ocean to this small, uh, desolate, eerie, and creepy island for the purpose of your own. One of you has the quest of gaining favor of the Baroness, while the rest of you, you're not sure.
There for kicks and giggles.
You just know by divinations that this is where you should go. Where that leads to anything, I'm quite certain you'll find out. After investigating around the island, you all found a lost, sunken, and ancient elven wreckage. Its pearly exterior shining through the distant sea as you guys got closer, seeing the details and seeing this giant mast kind of stabbed into the top deck. Later to be found a giant spear. Interesting. One of you managed to cast a spell, and I do have a little bit more information for you about that. But there's a detail we'll need to get into, just to clear a couple things up. You went into the ship, swam your way through the various levels until finally reaching the bottom, where there was a treasure, and also a kraken. Granted, a juvenile kraken, but still a monster not to be taken lightly. You all talked amongst yourself, planned, tried to figure things out the best way to tackle the situation until but the Shadowsar decided to go, and you all followed. And many good rolls, lots of damage later, and the Kraken was felled by Belteshazzar himself.
You're his NPC.
We now pick up where we left off. The water around you is murky, and as the creature's blood is spilled out, you can see various bits of flesh floating here and there. A few of the actual crustaceans have come out from the various holes and nooks and crannies to gather what scraps they can from the creature. And below it is treasure. So, adventurers,
Oh, the treasure.
what do you wish to do?
We wish to take the treasure.
Okay, alright.
Ooh.
There's a lot.
Okay, did we pass by any buckets in this ship?
As far as I was concerned, I think it was like all gutted pretty much. Like,
Well, we did pass through some boxes. Some big
I mean,
boxes.
I guess it would be easy to move treasure in the water,
Yeah,
relatively
I mean,
anyway.
I could probably suck a lot of it
Yeah,
up
could you like
into me.
water NATO that?
Can I like water NATO that?
You can certainly try.
Could I first pick through and try to put as many magical items that aren't gold into my bag of holding?
Certainly. Go ahead and make an investigation check. As some of the actual items are buried within this pile of gold.
As a water elemental.
He already rolled.
Okay.
Make sure to call out beforehand.
Yeah.
25.
Okay, so here's what you find buried amongst the piles of gold. And you're just looking for items, correct?
Just magical, no gold or coins, just magical items.
Okay, so that wand you found earlier is a +1 War Mage wand. You also found 2 like elven scimitars, very nice to make, also +1. Scattered.
You're giving me all the stats too.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
He
Identifies for me.
It's okay. You'll get to those in a second. You also found, like, on this belt, almost seems to be like a bandolier, 3 +1 elven daggers. You find a shield, like, pressed underneath this massive pile of gold. It's made out of, like, this metal, and You can see it almost has like these wings. It's very shiny and it's very brilliant. You pick it up. That one seems like you might have to expend a little bit of identifying. You also, kind of brushing across, you see beneath a few of the coins, like this, almost like this light source emitting from deep. So you push aside the coins a little bit, and you see like this brilliantly lit gem. Bucket that.
Is Omosh in there?
What?
Is his Omosh in there?
Unfortunately not. Omosh is certainly not that brilliant.
So the gym we have to identify too.
But probably the most exciting thing that you find personally, Vajra, it's like you find like this wooden case. It is about this long, and it seems to be like latched on the face, almost like you could open it up.
Okay.
It appears to be locked though.
Shoving it in there. I'll look at it later.
All right.
So those are the only items I find.
Those are the items that you have found within this hoard.
And those are all the items.
Now, all there is there coinage and gems?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Can
so
I-
here's what I'm thinking.
Can my character do like a Schmeagle? Like,
I'm thinking that.
What?
What is that?
so excited for the golden gem.
You
I
just
don't think we're
pile
gonna
up
need the
in your
scimitars
finger
and
like.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they'll sell.
Well, what I'm saying is we
You do
can
that.
give
Okay.
them to the ship as part of what we found.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Keep more gold and stuff to ourselves.
I'm down with that.
Yeah.
Maybe keep
I
the
mean,
daggers.
I don't know. Belshazzar, do you need any of these weapons?
Yeah, not doing it.
Not a great. He's got a great sword. You don't
Yeah,
need
that's what I'm
one
saying. I
like
don't
that.
think we need a or 2 +1 scimitars or 3
I'll chuck him in
+1
as a
daggers.
gift to the captain.
Yeah.
That'll be goodwill towards him. Good idea. Okay, and then other than that, I'll just start scraping up as much platinum, whatever I can fit until
There is platinum.
Is there okay?
I'm assuming it's not equally nice and orderly separated for us. So,
Would we?
That'd be great.
so all that's left in front of us is just gems and coins.
If
That you can see, yes.
are there
Okay.
crates, like boxes?
Certainly.
Okay, so
Empty
what
ones?
if we had Balthazar? We fill up a box and Balthazar push it up, a box and you push it up,
Yep.
and then I take whatever. See if I can hold in whatever's left.
Because I can.
I got a backpack.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
can try
but
to
the
put.
only thing is, if you open up a backpack underwater, it's gonna fill with water.
Well, not if you put coins in there.
Okay, so how much?
I don't know what
Stuff.
you want to do.
I
I just
believe
don't want
it
to
can
ruin
hold like 500
whatever's in your backpack.
Okay, so what's in
Oh,
it right,
right.
now?
I don't know what's there.
Hold up. I have this. Whatever's in there.
Think about elk jerky's in there.
Jerky! Son of a no! Oh, my jerky's ruined!
Darn you, Kraken!
It's just fish bait.
Okay, I'm gonna try to get 2 crates over.
Right now, I've got like.
So are you guys filling the gold into the crates, or are you putting it
We're-
into the
we're gonna-
bag first?
Well, yeah. So like,
Yep.
I've got like 3 books in there.
Okay.
And then I'll put all the stuff you just told me, except for we can sling the shield over Belteshazzar,
Yeah.
and I can put the daggers in my robes. I'll put the wooden case, the gem, the wand, and the scimitars in there, and then pack it full of gold and gems,
Okay.
whatever I can fit in there.
So
Yeah.
the plan is to put as much as we can in the bag of holding, whatever's left, put into a box,
And then I
pull
can.
that up.
I'm not very strong, but I'm very hardy, so I can try to carry a crate up too.
Okay, so
Well, like 3 crates.
so just so you know, I did a little bit of research. 50 gold pieces is 1 pound,
Okay.
and so the bag of holding can hold 500 pounds.
So 50 times 500, 5,000.
Gold
You
pieces.
can hold 5,000 gold.
No,
50
It's
times.
it's 25,000.
Oh,
Yeah,
it is, isn't it?
yeah.
5 times 5. Yeah, yeah.
25,000 gold pieces. So you begin the process.
All right, let's go.
I'm doing the whole. I'm doing the
Scoop
whole
it in.
vacuum. I'm doing a vacuum move where I
Okay.
put my hand over it.
There
And
you go. There you go.
Oh no, you're gonna require a check.
Okay, I'll do it.
Give
I'll
me,
take the check.
give me a nature check.
Don't mess
Nature
it up.
check.
Oh yeah.
Gold.
As me or as him?
Is there even a remote way to aid him in that?
No.
Just waiting on the side.
It's your skill as a water element.
Yeah.
My nature check. 15.
Okay. So you, as you're kind of floating nearby, you see as he begins to start scooping in the treasure, and like
Reverse vacuum.
and so you like start putting, you're like, get in there. Make a dexterity check,
Me?
just for the hell of it.
Oh god. 5.
Okay, so you're managing to get most of it in there, even though that was a good check, but still.
I'm just like.
Vaughn's behind you, trying to catching the errant pieces.
with this look on your face.
Yeah.
It takes you, I'd say, the better part of an hour to begin scooping all this gold. Even
Somebody
with,
cast water breathing on us, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
The
we have-
captain did
okay.
before we came down.
actually, with your help, it'd probably take the better part of like 30 minutes to
I think we
45
have
minutes.
a full day of water.
How much of the hoard do we get in the bag?
You get all of it.
all of it's in the
Really?
bag.
It's all in the bag.
There's only that much?
It did not exceed 25,000 gold pieces.
I mean,
But, hey,
realistically, that's
but-
fair. That's
but
a
there
lot of
is-
gold.
But there is gems and there is platinum.
Oh, that's
So if
right.
there was 25,000 platinum, that's like 250,000 gold.
So there are no other items washed up from underneath or anything?
Not that you could see.
No
Okay.
totems or necklaces or anything.
If only.
So can I do like one last scan to make sure we didn't miss anything?
Yeah, certainly.
Okay, deal.
Can I help him? Can
Sure.
I look too? I'll give him
Nat
advantage.
20.
Oh, never mind.
So, you curious also with these crates and the various aspects of this area, you don't find much. Whatever's left is in these crates has long been deteriorated and is far away from being any kind of useful to you guys. I'll put it that way. So, you guys just leaving the Kraken?
Okay, so this is where. No, I'm an alchemist. I harvest.
Okay.
See what we can find out of it. Do I know? I mean, obviously these are creatures of legend, and there's not much about people killing them, let alone harvesting things off of them. But what would be my best guess from knowledge to take that would be of value?
Make a nature check.
From a trading post background, from living in a trading post, would I have any knowledge of what would be sought after?
You lived in a village.
Yeah, that was like a trading. Okay.
It was a farming village.
Just trying.
I made it.
He said I made it.
Alright, that's alright, 24.
Okay. From the various readings that you poured through in your years of study, a few things that come up when dealing with baby krakens. Probably the most useful is the various things like the eyes. That is certainly useful. Things such as the heart of a kraken is also very useful to certain kinds of mages and practitioners. I would also say, if I just go to my notes.
Did you get just an elemental minis?
Yeah,
Nice.
You also
I
had some
painted
extras.
myself. Yeah, I didn't know they came in 2 packs, so I painted him some
Oh,
extras.
sweet.
Yeah.
You guys getting into mini painting. Is it very hard?
I mean, with those, no, because it's all one color.
That's true.
The only thing is, like,
There are certain parts of the actual tentacles that seem to extract electricity from the very air. There'd be a very high DC to extract that kind of material, but you do know that these creatures can indeed use lightning.
So I will call over Belteshazzar to pull out the great sword to help hack through to help get to the heart, the deeper areas of what I need to harvest, and then I'll try to do the fine work with one of the +1 daggers I found.
Okay. So I would say roll a survival check at advantage.
Just one?
At advantage.
I know, but I mean just one check, or do you want me to do a succession of them since I'm trying to harvest a bunch of stuff?
Good question. We'll
team
save.
start.
We'll start with the
Quick
heart.
advantage.
We'll start with the heart first.
Okay, actually, just kidding. At advantage, that's a 22.
Okay. Well, luckily enough, the creature's already been well cut up.
That's true.
So getting to the heart wasn't too difficult of a task, though the anatomy was kind of different. So as you're kind of looking through, you found it in the wrong place. You're like, that's just the stomach. Toss that to the side. Found the heart. You have a juvenile kraken heart. Which section do you want next?
Let's do the eyes.
Go for it.
Advantage again. Oh shit, still a bad one. 9.
The eyes, even though they're big and bulbous and should be fairly easy to take out, you find that even with Belshazzar, either it was him cutting or you kind of pulling the wrong way, it kind of split, and you now see like the viscous oil within the eyeball kind of spills out and kind of just like coats you guys in like this sticky, oily substance that stains your nice alabaster rose.
Ooh. Even underwater?
Yes.
I don't have an ending cantrip. Or the prestidigitation.
Just put some bleach on it.
Make clues.
And there was only one eye I went for. Like I didn't harvest any. How many do they have? I can't remember. Just 2?
2.
Yeah.
So I botched them both.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess the electrical part, is that the only other part you mentioned? Okay.
Just maybe go. Come on, maybe.
This is some delicate work too.
17.
Okay, I would say with that, you gather, because this is a very big creature, and what you're actually taking apart are these like barbs that are like along its tentacles, and you're trying to pull them out while also kind of retaining some sort of constitution that allows it to conduct this electricity. And finding that sweet spot is very difficult. I'd say you pull from the creature five barbs. These are, we'll call them 5 juvenile kraken conducting barbs.
I just put electrical barbs.
Alright, that'll work.
So will both of those, will the barbs and the heart fit in the bag too?
They will.
Okay, sure. Sweet. I can take it.
I'd say at that point though, you're probably you're probably about to exceed the cubic feet
Okay.
of this feature.
I'm happy. You guys
Do
happy?
we want to do
I'm-
one more once over on the ship, or are we out of here?
I mean,
Yeah.
we could do one more
Yeah.
look out. Look
We
out.
gotta-
We know nobody's here now.
Yeah. We got a full
We can
full
check
day of
out.
air, water breathing.
The question is, what do we came down here looking for sea captain. They're all gone. So
And we have to get him, don't we?
yeah, we don't know where he's at.
How far did your eye go?
I can't tell. It
Oh.
doesn't, I don't know distance. It just shows me
That's
like
right.
around him.
That's right. That's
No,
what
I
you
guess
said.
we'll head back to the ship and report what we found and come up with a game plan. Obviously, I communicated to the captain that the Fish King, whatever the heck his name is, has like they know that we're here, right?
They did.
Yes, you guys did communicate that. You performed the ritual on the ship.
Yeah.
Is there any local
Local
There-
opinions?
local dolphins or turtles around?
Maybe.
I would like to try to find one.
You've seen a couple here and there.
I think we already rolled to scour the ship, so I think we cleaned
Well,
it.
all we did was go down the stairs.
Right, but I think no, it was the captain's quarters.
Yeah, you checked the captain.
Okay.
Or no, we were.
Well, once we're
Did
out,
we check the captain's
I
quarters?
checked
or-
the cap because we went back
Once we're
there to
outside
check
of the
it
ship.
out
Because we
before
were
we went
talking
to the
about
Kraken.
Kraken.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you had said it didn't pick clean.
I did say that, so we'll say, just to give you guys a bit of information, it's pretty picked. And you guys have scoured the ship, and long before you guys, it had been scoured as well. I would
Okay.
say any more searches would be futile.
Okay.
But-
hey,
I say we just.
On that note, Vashra, the requirements for legend lore,
oh yeah.
did you have those? Is 250 gold pieces worth of ivory, and I think like another 100 gold pieces worth of incense.
I love Belteshazzar.
What's up? What's up, MVP?
You know what? I never stated whether I mean, I would assume my character would have the stuff for the spells I need, but I never stated that I bought them, so that's entirely up to you, DM.
I will say, if you would like to extract that gold from your current counts, I would allow it.
Do that.
Doesn't really mean much when you guys are about to count in the hole, but
Oh, you
Yeah, dude.
you just wait.
We just got paid.
We just got paid, bud.
Oh, boy.
So 250 total.
I think
350.
I think you can find it on the actual spell.
You're right. I sure can.
But I think that's how much gold pieces it is all worth. And seeing how you're doing that, do you also know the ship is called Al-Qasir, the Swan ship.
Can you spell that, please?
A-L-Q-U-A-C-I-R.
Swan ship?
The Swan ship. This ship belonged to an ancient elven civilization known as the Kyphira Empire. It is an ancient civilization vastly ahead of anyone as far as technology, magic, and engineering.
It was okay.
Oh, it is C-A-I-P-H-Y-R-A.
Never would have guessed that.
Is the civilization.
Yep. They lived on the islands of Unislor, where they ruled the oceans.
He literally
it's
just
all
took his hands.
it is all
Wham!
it is all ancient stuff you're getting, buddy. It is.
Can I get a PDF later?
Certainly, but I'll just give you just a little bit more.
Okay, I mean you can tell me, but I'm just saying for the sake of not having to write all this stuff down.
They lived on the islands of Unislor, where they ruled the oceans and the skies, unbound for millennia. That all changed when they looked upon their distant neighbors, the storm giants, and sought to conquer them. All that and more left to be uncovered.
Okay, now my character. Once we get outside the ship, I would like to look for either a turtle or a dolphin.
Okay, make a perception check.
450 gold.
Right now?
Yep.
Actually.
Oh.
Okay. Good to know.
Perception. 19.
19? Actually, don't see too many nearby. Just coming out of the ship and giving you a quick look. You can see distant swimming figures, but they seem to be far away. You imagine you have to go back actually to the reef in order to find these creatures.
They probably
Okay.
stay away from the Kraken home.
Not anymore, though. Okay, fine. I want to travel to the reef.
Okay.
Well, I guess we'll follow them, but I would head back towards the ship.
The ship is nearby.
Instead of going up the stairs, I just go through the floors.
Okay.
Just because I can.
Wow, so cool.
You guys can't see any of this.
I'm just waiting up on top.
So you swim your way over to the reef. Once again, this is a beautiful scene. The coral and the various crustaceans and the life that lives
Yes.
here is beautiful and very diverse and very populated. And I would say, yeah, you find a couple here and there
Okay.
swimming about.
I don't want to I want to try to get a turtle.
Okay.
I'm trying to get a
You want
turtle.
to get a sea turtle?
Yes.
Sea turtle.
Okay.
Sea turtle.
Okay.
Need a sea turtle.
I want to talk to him. He
Okay.
probably knows where these people went.
Okay, make
Or at least the direction.
make an animal handling check.
Bad idea.
Okay. Ooh.
Probably also avoiding big dragon turtle.
10.
Okay. Alright.
That's turtle in headlock.
Where'd it go?
So you see, as you kind of begin to wave over a turtle, you beckon it with some kind of food you have on hand.
Okay.
You,
Jerky.
and you see it kind of like
Crack it.
slowly, as it's kind of like drifting along,
We did this for you.
sweeps over, then swimming towards you,
Beautiful.
and just kind of just gently swimming in a circle around you.
Okay. And then I cast Speak with Animals.
Okay,
Oh.
and you do so.
Alright. I say, Turtle, hello!
Sup,
You watch as the turtle kind of slows down and kind of like turns to you
Beautiful.
and it says, "Hey, hey, man.
So, my name's Vaughn.
Nice to meet you, Vaughn.
Nice to meet you too.
I'm Barry."
Barry. So I'm looking for some fish people.
There's a lot of fish people around here.
Like a large group of evil fish people.
What's evil?
Your turtles are smart. Okay, they have a dragon turtle with them.
What's a dragon turtle?
You're telling me you don't know what a dragon turtle is?
Shrugs and turtle.
Okay. Have you seen a large school of fish people go somewhere
Sure.
from this location?
Absolutely.
What direction?
Kind of swims over towards the island. That way.
On the island?
Mm.
Do they swim past the island?
I don't really go over to that side of the island. I like this side.
Why is that, Barry?
Because
Find this turtle.
I'm gonna find a turtle. It's like, why?
all my friends are here.
Is there anybody that would know a little bit more than you, Barry?
Honestly, I don't really know. Well, see ya.
That was awesome. This is awesome.
Barry? That's a dolphin. Gosh darn it.
Oh, God.
Oh, good improv there. Good
That was
improv.
awesome.
I have to give you that one.
Barry's my new favorite NPC.
Gosh darn it, Barry.
Well, see ya.
I want Barry as our team
Uh,
mascot.
Jesus.
You're saying these fish people don't eat fish?
He's gone, man. Barry's gone.
Barry! Why is everyone I want to fight just random people?
And a turtle.
Turtle! Gosh
No,
darn
man.
it.
It's a sea turtle, man. It's probably not all that concerned.
Okay, fine. Well, I'll go tell them that Barry the turtle said that they went that way. Well, whatever direction you showed me.
It was towards the island.
Okay, towards the island. So it might be beyond that point, or on top of the island, or under it.
Barry didn't seem like the smartest.
No, Barry was very relaxed about everything. I'm not sure if he knew he had a kraken nearby.
Well,
So there's
so we
that.
go to the ship.
Yes.
Bye, buddy. Hope you find
Barry, Barry, we're done talking. Get out of here.
Should I just cast water walk on?
So you guys,
Save it, just in case.
you guys reconvene after this brief encounter with Barry the turtle. You begin to swim back up to the surface, where you find the ship is still anchored and awaiting you. You see as you pop onto the surface, a few of the crewmen were nearby.
Can I see Adgar before I get out of the water?
He looks to be up high on the.
You're like water pistol him?
No, I was gonna jump up on the ship in front of him as a water elemental.
He is where he usually is, as post.
Never mind, I dropped it before then.
Okay, but you see the various crewmen see you breach the water, and they throw you ropes and ladders for you to climb back up.
Wait. Before I drop it,
Okay.
can I like pick everybody up and put them up there?
Could certainly try.
Okay.
Don't hurt us.
I'm gonna try.
Okay.
Might as well. That way nobody's gotta climb. Never mind.
Okay.
We'll just get up there.
Okay.
Whatever you do.
He's carrying the Barry voice with him. Okay.
Okay. This is just who he is now.
Yep. I am now Barry, the fastest man alive.
Oh, gosh.
You guys climb up to the board of surface, and you see Captain Valtos. Oh. Comes down to the main deck. So how was the search? Did you find what you was looking for?
Not quite.
No.
As for our fish people, they weren't there. We did encounter a slightly juvenile kraken.
His jaw kind of drops. Was that all?
Oh, and
Yeah, actually.
the turtle. It's the turtle.
Named Barry.
His name is Barry.
I imagine find a couple around here. But good to know we don't have to worry about a kraken in
Not
the vicinity.
anymore. There's a frog.
A frog named Bob.
Ribbit. Well, what's the plan now?
Barry told me that he's seen the fish people on that side of the island, and I point
It's
towards.
either on the island or on the outside.
It's either on the island or the opposite side.
How big is this island?
I don't remember.
I'm asking the DM.
From what you guys have seen, it's a small island. It's not very big at all. It could probably, for comparison's sake, I'd say it's 2 football links
Oh, that's not very big.
wide
at all.
and just those dimensions, just pretty small.
Yeah, we would be able to see them from where we're standing in, right? 2 football fields long. That's not very long. Far.
But that far, I mean, that's how big the island is.
That's what I'm saying. Is there mountains, small mountain or anything?
Jungle.
There doesn't seem to be there's no. It's a barren.
Oh, you said rock.
It is a barren, rocky island, and at one point the island seems to come to a sharp point, and much of like what is around this island, where spear-like rock formations jut up from the water.
Mhm.
This seems to be like just a very large and fat version of those.
So you could probably get your spyglass out and look across there to see,
I
right?
could. Ooh, plan. Me and Xanon. That's right. I want to say Neutral, but I was like, that's not it.
Nope, he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
He got taken
Majestically.
He got taken to Horsey Land.
Yeah.
Favorite animal.
Yeah. Me and Xanon can
Why?
fly, and we should be able to spot like if they're like in the water, a dark spot in the ocean. And I'll use my spyglass.
Well, no one would find out.
I mean, that would
I
be
mean,
the
do
quickest
you
way
care,
to
Xanon?
locate them.
As they're talking, I'm gonna approach the captain.
To fly me up, so we can.
While we were down there,
I
I
take
found
a
some
rest.
items, Captain.
Oh yeah, when you're able.
Yeah. I mean, I just need about an hour.
Okay.
Give me about an hour to take a quick little nap, and then I'll be ready to go.
Okay.
So what did you find down there? Anything that we could use?
A few items. We do have a couple gifts for you and your crew. And,
That's so.
I'll pull out both the elven scimitars from my bag and
Oh.
hand them to him.
Would you look at that? Elven make. It's one of the finest craftsmanships on the seas. Thank you. I'll hand these out to my first mate.
So you're napping, and then you guys are doing a flyby.
Yep.
So I'm going to go to my quarters and take a short rest. And, well, I'm going to go to my quarters and ritually cast Identify 3 times. And That I'm gonna take a short rest.
Okay. What's first?
Let's do the shield, which I will get from you because we put it on your back to get out of there.
Okay.
Okay. So you place the shield down, configure your arrangement for the spell incantation. After casting it, you find this shield to be the Shield of Attraction.
Shield of attraction.
It is a very nice shield, as a +2 bonus to the armor class. I think there's one more interesting
I
thing.
can look it up.
Attraction. A missile attraction. Sorry,
Oh, that's what it was.
my apologies.
Sorry.
Um,
Missile attraction.
while holding this, you have resistance to damage from ranged weapon attacks.
Huh.
That's pretty neat.
Am I supposed to know the other part of it?
Hmm?
Am I supposed to know the other part of it? Okay.
Yeah, you know that part.
Super awesome.
Oh yeah, super awesome. That was just in case someone wanted to attune to it before
Gotcha.
they got to know it a little bit.
Sounds bad. Sounds real bad.
You also find that, or sorry, what's next?
Let's do the gym.
Okay. After a quick spell later, this is the Gem of Brightness.
So it's a light?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
so it's the freaking what is it?
Gandalf
the,
thingy?
Yeah, the what do they call it? Whatever, Lothlorien or whatever, the thing, the little vial that
Oh yeah,
Frodo
the
carries
Frodo
around.
carries.
Yeah.
I forget what it was called. Northern Light or something. I don't
Yeah.
know. Some cool like that.
Literally just a light.
It's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
neat.
Bright light.
That's cool.
Right.
Yeah. I just didn't know if that's what. I mean, it's a free light spell. You don't have to use it.
Yeah.
What's it?
It's a gem and it's bright.
Yeah.
Oh, you could blind people with it. Cool. Okay. Now, the wooden case.
And it's locked.
Oh snap! And we don't have a road to look at it.
Nope.
Um,
Yeah, it's not trapped.
guess I'll get my tinker's tools. Out. Oh, do I have to have thieves' tools, or can I use my tinker's tools?
Good question.
And I use my hammer from my carpenter's store.
I would say in order to,
No.
I would say,
Break the box.
I would say in order to have the proficiency on this, you could technically pick with these locks. I would say it's a disadvantage because they're not picking tools, but you still be able to add your proficiency to it
It's a wooden box,
with a lock.
and it's not. You can't see through it.
It's made of wood.
Well, it's been underwater.
Hold on.
Okay.
It's a magical box.
Is it?
And that side of the ship, everything that was under
I
that
will
magical.
cast detect magic first.
Ooh, okay.
Is
So
the
that
box
side of the
magical?
ship, everything was fine anyway. Because there was a magical whatever.
So you get a very strong magic, like a very powerful magical presence within. Nothing on the outside.
No.
Nada.
I must have it.
Let's open it.
Alright, I'm trying to unlock it.
Okay, go
So
for it.
just my proficiency and dexterity, or just proficiency?
It is, I think for thieves' tools, it is dexterity plus proficiency.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
So it would just be proficiency then? Or do I get my?
I'm not really sure how this works.
Make it up.
This is weird. Hold on. Let me see. Tell you what. Add your dexterity. with the proficiency bonus, but you're still at disadvantage. Roll.
Here we go.
10.
Okay, so you kind of like steal yourself like, I can do this. I'm Vashra. He wouldn't say that.
No.
You begin to pick at the tools, or pick at the lock, and not too long into this process, you find that your tools are just too, even though they're Tinker's tools, they're not fine enough in order to get at the tumblers. And so you actually manage almost breaking a few of them, but before it gets too far along, you stop.
He's in his room, right?
Yes, he's in with his quarters.
Okay.
I will send a message to the captain
Okay.
and ask him to come down.
So when you see this message, so you said you found a turtle.
Yeah.
I recommend instead of turtles, you find a smarter sea creature, such as a dolphin. Those happen to be very.
Listen, I thought about that after I talked to Barry.
I'm just saying, my personal experience. I know dolphins to be very intelligent. In
Yeah.
fact, you can carry a conversation with them.
Well, I thought turtles were smart too. I'm not very adverse in sea life.
They're smart, but they're also slow. You know, you see his attention kind of directs because he listens for something.
Yeah, you know, I
Your
would.
friend is requires me.
I'm the only one here.
He then walks off.
Ghosted.
A short while, a short minute later, you hear the captain kind of, hello?
Come in.
In which the captain kind of steps through. Hello, Vasha. What do you need?
Well, I'm having a bit of issue getting this box open. I didn't know if you or any of your crew had any skills of
Is it
those
locked?
natures.
Is it locked? Is it safe?
Yes.
I know a few. Give me 1 moment. He then walks out. You can hear him calling for.
Oh, by the way, what kind of magic was it? Did it tell me?
No,
Really?
there wasn't a type of magic.
Oh.
It's just really strong. You see the captain come back with First Mate Fenton, male halfling. He kind of walks in. I actually got a little lock for me to pick. Let me see it.
Scoot in front of him.
What fun. Brings out professional not tinkerers, these tools.
Snaps them.
He's gonna try for it. Let's just go for. Why not? You want to see very deftly and daintily finally brings the tools into the tumblers in within a couple seconds. Chink. That was no fun. He puts his back in his pouch and walks off.
Thank you, Captain.
Hey.
Thank you, Captain.
No problem. We'll leave you to it. Shuts the door behind him. Chunk.
Open her up.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna stand at the other end of the room and open it with mage hands.
Okay. All right. Very
Still need to make a constitution save.
good. Okay.
The ship explodes.
You position the box facing away from you, and sending it at the end, you cast a spell. It reaches out, and seems clear.
Cautiously step up and look over.
It's a scroll.
A scroll.
It's a scroll.
Lag grabs it.
You grabs it, and after a little bit of reading and studying it, it is a 8th level spell scroll.
I don't know what that means.
Just so you guys know,
Nice.
I rolled all these items.
Really?
Oh,
Yes.
nice.
Yeah.
So do I know
Dope.
what spell it is?
It's just a spell scroll. So you can like say you can cast a fireball at
I
8th
can
level.
just make it 8th level.
Yeah. One time.
Oh, one time.
One
That's
time.
dope.
So you pretty much have like a nuke at your fingertips.
So I have to scribe the spell pre. Like I can't just be like, just choose a spell at random and just 8th level it.
No. You have to take the process and picking a spell, or you can wait, find another spell, where you can like actually get an 8th level spell to use as scroll, even though you're not at that level. You see what I mean?
So he's saying you can find an 8th level spell, write it in there, and
Yeah.
then use it right now.
Even though you can't cast it, you can with this.
Or I can use a spell I already know
Yes.
at 8th level.
Yes.
Let's be honest, it's gonna be fireball.
But I have to have it scrolled and prepared. So once I put a spell into it, that's it.
I would say
I can't do it on the fly.
I would say yes. That would be really cool and easy, but let's be
So
honest.
I have to think hard about what spell I want to put in it.
I would definitely choose wisely.
And the wand was just a +1 wand.
I think it's like a war mage, or wand of a war mage kind of deal.
Oh, so is it like an item or?
Yeah, it's an item. Item.
Itemized items.
But Shazza, what are you up to?
I'm just chilling.
Yeah.
Yep. There's not really a whole lot that's happening right now. I'm just waiting for the fight.
Okay. Okay.
That's what I do.
Yeah, good to know.
Ooh.
So in this, you said there was skeletons down in the water. Was there any remnants of
No, it's like
my kind down there?
Actually, no. They're primarily elven, and there weren't many deviations from that.
Just trying to look for some more of my race.
Well, you did see many at Mystic. Some there are even hobgoblin ships, and just to let you know, hobgoblin ships and human ships, they all look a little bit different. Hobgoblin ships are
I don't want to do it here.
these big
If someone walks in, I'll be
tank-like constructions, pretty much like war vessels, and that's
We definitely need to buy
even like the
another bag of the whole
even just like
thing,
the
because this one's
the
full of
cargo
money.
vessels are very bulky
We need to figure out
and
how
they're
to-
slow, but
I don't know.
pretty tough at the same time.
And I'm not really familiar with DMOC.
No, when
because
you
most of my time has been on land.
We
Yes.
should do it back at my home though. That way we have access to magical items because this place
I-
is awful
wanna say
for it.
Yeah, I was even thinking we could somewhere where you're comfortable.
what are you guys talking about over there?
Where to store our booty?
Okay.
I was thinking either do it back where you're from or back where I'm from, a little farm town that has nothing.
That, but also having somewhere secure, we could store it at the conservatory.
Yeah, that's
And
what
I
I'm
have my own quarters there, and I have places where I can.
They got a
store it.
house.
Huh?
They got a house.
Do they?
You got a house?
Yeah. We got
Where?
a house out back in Old Marsh. Yeah, we built it.
We've been slumming it up, and you got a house.
That's what, how many days away to travel?
Yeah.
We're one level up away
About a
from
week or two.
traveling real fast.
2 days.
So we're one level up away from traveling real fast.
Bro, I can't wait to get to level 11 or 12.
11 is
Yeah.
when we get
All
6
those trees you know
levels
so well at home.
Huh? Do what?
I was just
Oh.
just
Yeah, I
saying.
think our
I get
house has
that- I
got
get that tree
servants
thing.
and people. No, that was that. We never left anyone in charge of our house, did we?
Nope.
Oh, yeah,
We're
but-
going everywhere.
It's just
Oh, yeah,
chilling.
but-
And I will be.
See, that's the thing about our house, it's not protected. at
Yeah,
all.
the conservatory would be the safest place to put this kind of wealth
Yeah.
and
We just
items.
need
And
to
I need
figure
to
out how
drop
much
some
we
stuff
got.
off and consult with the higher ups anyway, so we might have to travel there once we wrap up here.
Yeah, definitely. Certainly expect a big update soon.
For all of you in the conservatory.
Oh yeah, I got a lot of ideas going through the
So
head.
now that we have discovered that the fish people are not here, what
Yeah.
is our next move? Well, you're in the room still, aren't you?
Yep.
As soon as when I feel like my rest is done,
It's an hour.
I'm coming back up
Okay.
to find these guys.
So an hour later, of various restful activities, you all say reconvene back on the main deck. Basha, if you wish, you may also
Hmm?
join them.
Yeah, I will. After, I can't remember, how do hit dice work?
Hit you.
To get health, like HP back on a short
There
rest.
should be a click either on your name, or there should be like a long rest or a short rest. It actually
Oh,
shows
yeah.
you your hit dice count.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
And then you can just mark off how many you use.
So I can use total of 10. You can only use up to half, right? For a short rest?
Actually, I don't. I think you use as
I
many
think
as
you
you
can
want.
use as many as you want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You have to roll a dice, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Hit dice.
Okay.
Are we
So
still
what-
doing a flyover?
Are you wanting to do that?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so we could, since I can be in that form for 5 hours at a time.
So the purpose is to find a dark
You know,
matter in the water.
the look on top of the island, look out.
Well,
look,
I also think we could use this as more of a scouting thing too.
yeah, and then yeah, if we could go out 2 hours, you know, like far from the ship.
Well,
or,
I'm
you know,
talking about leading the ship, like have the ship behind us, but
Oh,
be
yeah.
a little bit ahead.
Oh, sweet.
So that way we don't run into this situation again. We can come
Yeah,
back and be
but-
like, guys, we gotta stop. Like, we gotta stop. We're getting way too close.
Yeah. But we've got to pull out of the. Are we close to where all the jagged
No.
Yes.
Oh, we
protrusions
are?
at?
Yes.
Yeah, we're
That's
right
what I
by that
thought.
island still.
I thought
Oh.
so.
You guys
So we
had
we
ordered
risked
Captain.
the potential to run aground.
Well, I mean, we can move around it. We still have enough room, we can move around it, I think.
How far out do you have to be to not? Well, we'd have to talk to the captain because he knows these waters really well.
But I mean, if we come
Chunk,
back,
chunk, chunk.
if we go back,
I heard someone needed me.
Yeah, so we're planning to do a scout mission.
Sounds like a good idea.
So we're wondering, as they're doing their scout, we were wanting to maneuver around the island. How far away from the island is a safe distance so we don't run aground?
I actually came to the decision that this spot right here is a good circumference to be away from that mess right over there. Points over towards the jagged edges.
so as long as we stay around, just go, if we're gonna go around the island, don't go any closer than we are right now.
Okay.
That's the plan.
Is that
Alright,
what you
so-
guys want to do?
We gotta figure out where to go.
Yeah.
I don't know how far ahead, cause you scried on it last night? Or when did you scry?
Right before we jumped off the boat, right?
I believe that was the case.
So they only have, what, maybe 3 hours on us?
I thought you guys were doing a flyby real quick.
Yeah.
We are.
Kind of.
But we're trying to figure out, we're right here, where they could have gone any direction.
I would just fly over the island and, like, scout it out, make sure there's nothing on the island itself and around it, see if you see anything weird, and then we'll make our plan after that. 'Cause
Yeah,
there could be
that's
some
what I was-
variables that we don't quite know yet, you know.
I'm not necessarily sure we need to delodge the anchor. Just do a quick flyby, I guess.
Okay. That's
All right.
I'm not-
Ain't that what you're thinking, Boston?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm thinking about just trying to figure out where they are, but I'm talking about once we start moving, try to stay ahead a little bit.
Oh,
So that way
I
we
see.
don't come right up on them like we did this island, and then they know we're here again. But yeah, let's.
So you want to do a quick flyby, see if
See.
there's anything in the perimeters or even further, and then come back and say, okay, we can go this way.
Yeah, I've got 5 hours before I gotta land again, so I can go.
I would make a good wide over the island in detail and a wide berth around it and see what you can see.
Get on him there, Vaughn, get on him.
I'll use
Yeah,
my
I'm gonna
spyglass
go.
Don't drop it.
and.
Yeah, please.
Boss,
don't
you
drop
put a
it.
lot of
Oh,
work
boy.
into that thing.
Can I make like a safety rig, like a
Like a nice little tether.
tether, and then a tether
Yeah,
around that?
can I tinker him a necklace band or something?
Sure.
Alright.
Go ahead and roll for it.
I really don't want to lose it.
What proficiency and what? Dex?
Dexterity.
Intelligence?
Let me look it up real quick.
Because I feel like it depends on, like, yeah, I use my proficiency bonus, but I think you as the DM have the prerogative to change what's added to it depending on what I'm trying to do.
Okay. Give me a
I'll try to talk to his dog.
Begin with the knowledge of using tools in your craft. Proficiency. Okay, it doesn't really specify. I would say with this, it's not that complex of an idea to make, so I would say dexterity.
18.
Yeah. You you go over to a few of the spots where they have twine or other various type of roping, and fashion a quick like a bracelet system. So it ties around to his wrist, and you kind of make like a little wrist sheath for him.
Awesome.
Just take it on and off. Very basic construction. You don't know if it would survive a fire, but it is probably not going to leave you.
I hope I don't jump into a fly around. Alright, let's go!
Okay, so I can do this for 5 hours. How long should I go? Use the whole 5 hours?
Yeah, get your money's worth. I mean,
Okay. That's
we're
what I
not
wanna
like in a
do.
rush. I mean, all we're doing is kind of in a holding pattern until we figure out where we need to go.
I would say at this point in time, you guys are probably just at the end of noon. We'll see.
How
So
long?
that's still,
How long have we had the underwater breath thing?
Yeah, that's for 24 hours, and you've not had it long.
Okay.
You've not had it that long
we
at
just
all.
went down to the ship and back, so it's maybe been
And
an hour.
honestly, like,
Okay.
I feel like they know we're here. They don't seem threatened by us, so they're not going to run away. They're probably waiting to see what we do.
I was wondering that same
So-
thing.
I mean, it's their island. Not this might be their stronghold or something.
Or this might just been a place for them to
All I know is
stop
if they
along the
decide
way.
to
Yeah.
attack, I'm not at full power.
I'm good to
And,
go.
But you're an eagle, and they're not going to be able. How far
Yeah.
can they see?
Well, they live underwater. I doubt they can see very far.
Only thing I'm worried
They can
about is
do
that
both.
turtle.
Can they? Oh.
They don't have to live underwater the whole time.
Or amphibious.
So
The only thing I'm worried about is that turtle. Because if that turtle comes out of nowhere,
The dragon turtle?
yeah, then this ship's calling.
Barry's a vengeful son of a gun.
Yeah, Barry.
Didn't get Barry, but he told on us.
Barry was just the polymorph.
Oh my
guys.
Barry!
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Alright, well I'm gonna head up to the top.
Okay.
Okay, so you change form, your wings and your eagle form sprouting from your very core of your being. Vaughn, you find your perch atop the giant eagle.
Yes.
Is that right? You're the giant eagle?
Mm-hmm.
And you take off and watch as the crew members kind of watch you go, seeing the this
Helicopter taking off.
this giant creature take off. It's a sight to behold. And soon you guys are in the air,
Alright.
high above the open water. And
First thing we're doing is we're going to the island. Kind of
Think
do a
at
quick
this
little
point,
circle
while
around.
you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and wield my sword. I'm going to pull it, draw it, just in case.
okay. Shing.
Because it is a great sword of warning, so it would tell
So you watch
me.
as the captain. Shing. What are you doing? What are we doing here?
Don't worry, man. I'm just being
Is there
cautious.
something out there? Did you see something?
Not yet.
Start swinging
Just-
wildly.
He
I would
goes-
like to
Something's
rage.
got me.
He then
Run
sheathes his
away.
new sword. Don't scream like that.
So we're
It's
gonna
a
do
warning. If it'll let me know if there's anything close by,
Hmm,
just so we.
that's neat. So, you guys fly over the ship.
Do one little quick lap around the island and then do a huge,
Yeah, so-
taking just about every
So,
second of that.
who
thing
wants
as
to
I can.
helm the check? The
Uh,
perception check.
Can we both make one?
I was like, can we both do it?
Certainly.
Okay.
As an eagle, I am using keen sight and I get advantage on my perception checks.
Do I have one with advantage because of the spyglass?
Ooh.
That's a lot of advantages going on here.
Hey, we're prepared.
There's a
I'm
reason
prepared.
they chose us and what we chose to fly with.
Boom.
Yours would be difficult, I would think, though, wouldn't it? While he's flying, trying to stabilize it.
I mean, if he's soaring.
Yeah, I was like, I wouldn't say he's trying to be wild.
I mean,
but
he's not gonna
dexterous mind.
try
Yeah.
to look while I'm
You
flying.
guys have your abilities. Make your checks.
Okay.
That hurts.
Bad.
Okay, I got a nat 20. I mean, it doesn't mean anything, but
Well,
still got
I
it.
still got 18.
So, 25.
25 total.
18 total.
Okay. Now in the air, and especially you with your spyglass, you take a big. The word escapes me.
Sweep.
Sweep. Thank you. You take a big sweep around the whole island. You find, after searching for a while, there's not much on the surface. Not much going on in the water. Even with your high perception, there's just not a lot going on. It's just the waves kind of lap up against the rocky shores. You can see there's a couple more shipwrecks amongst the spear-like rocks. You can see probably on the island where that it comes up to a point. You fly all the way around till you get to the opposite side, and right beneath that point is a cave.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably the only discerning or interesting fact about this
Is there any light in
island.
the cave?
Dark.
What is it? You found a cave?
Yeah.
And you watch as the water actually flows into the cave.
Oh, I go
Ooh.
in the cave. Oh.
Do we see the floor of the cave?
No.
We just see like the top half of it.
Do we see any like buildings or any?
None. No buildings.
No. So it doesn't look like there's been life on top of the.
Absolutely
This
not.
could be
Hmm.
this could be one of the Kraken's ports to come out to.
Kraken Station.
Yeah, one of the Kraken stations.
Kraken
Well,
station.
Remember, he went down into the ship and then had a bunch of whole
Yeah.
bunch of different things.
But we don't have to worry about it
Or
now.
it's a cave that might have something awesome.
It could be an easy escape route though too.
And good thing you have animal speak, so you can talk to your
Yeah,
buddy
that's
in the air.
exactly what I was thinking.
Do we both see the cave? Who's seen it?
You see the cave,
Oh.
and,
I can only speak eagle.
and you can see the cave.
Oh, okay. I just yelled, hey, you see the
That was a
cave?
good call there, DM.
Behave, fellas, behave.
I said, do you see the cave? He can understand me, right?
Do you cast your spell?
I can understand common.
Okay.
I know. If you can understand me, I'm not gonna cast my spell again. Not. I want to save him. But okay. So that's pretty interesting.
Not bad.
So
all
let's
good.
just let's keep flying. So we're gonna keep. Do we notice anything unusual in the water, like maybe dark spots?
Like-
Since we were in the
like
water.
Packs of fish, like schools of fish, like going one direction, then all of a sudden just making a sharp left.
No.
Something that seems just a little unnatural.
You see in some spots where it appears to be a dark spot, and upon like really focusing and you see it's like just a small like sliver or a small point of like one of these larger spear-like formations just barely jutting out from the surface.
Do we notice another island?
No.
In the air.
So in 5 hours we don't see anything except that cave.
for a cave.
We're going to the cave.
Well, knowing how long it's gonna take me to get back to the ship, would I know how long I have left?
We'll say that search, and because you're a flyer, it took you probably like 2 hours to do that whole sweep,
Okay.
including the time it took you to fly there.
Well, I'm not gonna make any decisions as the eagle.
Okay. I'm gonna. So we find nothing other than the cave.
Yes.
Okay, I was like, well, there's that cave. And that's about all we see, right? Yeah, he does a little hit.
That's okay. That is okay.
Okay, so then I'm like, alright, I don't know how long you got left, but I guess we just head back to the ship.
And I start heading back to the ship.
Okay. You're gonna hang back towards the ship.
Man, that was sucking. He changed midair.
Well, I can bonus action change again.
But would I keep going?
And not long, you guys see your friends first appearing as like the small, like little bird, then maybe a plane. Oh, Superman! But they come into view, and soon enough, you land on the deck of the ship.
Alright. I hop off.
Okay.
What'd you see?
I go over to our fellows.
You watch as Belteshazzar is still ready to fight, sword out.
It's like, so there's water out there. Lots of it.
I'm sure
I
there
change
is.
back as soon as we hit the
And we didn't see anything on top of the island.
No, wait. Let me guess. Blue water.
Some of it was dark.
What?
Freaks out.
But at the biggest spear, right? This was the biggest spear point. At the base of it, there is a cave.
That might be something worth looking into.
Yeah. But that's
Do
about
we-
it.
Do we need to devote our time to this?
Well, we came off Voshra's in order to get the marriage between him and the Baroness is to find
He's marrying the Baroness?
the marriage between the two
So that way you
No.
don't
groups
get
of people.
Oh.
I can try again to find a dolphin to speak to.
No, I don't.
we wanna
think
go
it's
down
gonna
that route?
be-
How far walking distance would it be, traveling distance would it be from where we are to the cave? Because I think that's where we should go.
How far is it?
Well, walking distance, probably no more than an hour's walk along the surface of the water. Swimming though, probably an hour and a half.
I can swim pretty fast.
So are we thinking
For
that
the
we
rest of
should
your
go
party?
underwater and come up?
Well, I don't know how deep. All we saw was the top of the cave. I
Yeah.
don't know how deep the cave
There's
goes.
water going. There's water in the cave.
I don't know how tall the ceiling would be. It could be just, a foot under the water, or it could be 12 foot under the water. I'm not sure.
We do know that when we killed, well, you know that. I don't know if you were here, but when we killed the Kraken, there's a hole and a bunch of paths.
Yeah,
Were
that
you here
big
for that?
hole in the
Yeah.
middle, there was
Okay.
all the paths.
So that could either be another pathway to that same hole, or it could be to where
Another
the
way.
hideout.
Or it could just be another goodie spot.
Yeah,
There might be some extra stuff in there.
treasures.
But it could be people,
Treasure.
Yeah, there
fish
could be,
people could be in there.
there could be a turtle waiting on the other side.
Barry.
I don't know, Barry
Barry.
sitting in there. Oh, hey guys.
Hey, you found my home.
I decided to check it out. It's pretty cool.
Alright, so what do you guys think?
Well, I
I
don't know.
Okay, how long? Okay.
Sorry,
We
I'm
should send-
intrigued by the cave.
I'm intrigued by the cave too.
We need to send someone who is fast and someone that can send out a signal in case there
We
is
have someone
something there.
that's stealthy?
I think that'd be
no.
me.
You're the stealthy one?
I think I'm the stealthiest one here. Since Omar
You
is
don't
gone.
wanna-
I mean,
yeah, we split up before, man, and that was bad. That
Well, I
was
know,
bad.
that's what I'm
I
saying.
think if we're gonna go, we should all go.
I mean, like,
I
if we
just
didn't
need
want to
to-
devote everybody to this one
Vasha,
task.
I just need to know from you that you're okay spending the time to go and do this.
Well, at this point, we're just trying to find our quarry, so any avenue will could possibly be what we need.
It's just another box checked off.
But I would like to wait
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
possibly until the morning so that I can be at full power.
Yeah.
Well, if we're gonna
Okay.
do that, then I could go through as a dolphin or something and scout it out.
Yeah, because if the water goes into it, you could.
You could
Swim
definitely
through
find
it
it,
and
yeah,
try to
and
check
then there
it
won't
out
be
a
no
little bit.
suspicion, because there are dolphins in this waters.
Yeah.
Are they on that side of the island?
As they're talking, I'm actually gonna go sit to the side somewhere, and I'm actually gonna cast Scry again.
Okay.
On.
So
Are they on that side of the island?
Let's do it on,
there's
let's
nothing
do it on
really
Fishy
on
King.
that side of the island.
Fishy King.
It
That's
would
what I'm
be-
saying. I could be a dolphin, or I could move something that, or I could be something that moves a bit faster in case there is something.
17.
Barracuda.
Better than most.
I mean, it's up to you. We could just completely wait until tomorrow and then just go into it and everybody be there to see what's there.
I just don't wanna get you as a dolphin and that's on that side of the island and they're not
Okay.
typically over there on that side.
There's nothing over there.
But you don't know unless you go in the cave.
Well, I know there's nothing
That's fail.
over there.
Huh?
I
That's
know
fail.
there's no animals over there.
For me or him?
For him.
Oh, okay. I was like, dang it.
Alright.
But I know there's nothing over there.
And I know the
So
act of getting
anything
there
over there is gonna be out of
Is
the
for
ordinary.
flavor. Is there anything at all I can do to discern direction? At the very least.
Make a perception check. Without your cloak.
Come on. I can't see into the ether with it.
If only.
Oh, it's cocked.
First cocked.
First cacked. I need to move my mini. That's what the problem was.
Be cocked.
18.
18. Okay. Not bad. So, you watch as you guys are among yourself talking back and forth to each other. Basha finds a spot aboard the main deck. Gets himself situated, laying out his various items along the ground, and you see his eyes kind of close, and then as they open, they're milky white.
Osher, what do you think we should do? Oh.
And with
He's
that,
on.
your vision drops very quickly past the boards of the ship and the wood and the figures until you're plunged into the ocean, and then you watch as fish and coral begin to pass by. You see a couple dolphins, you see a couple sea turtles, you see rocky-like formations pass by you. For a split second, you see the shipwreck, and you see for a second you're in open water, and then the next you're piercing through rocky like terrain, and once again you're back in water. And it is here you see the Sahuagin royal-like figure standing before a group of sharks. You can see.
Aquaman type.
You can see as he's he once again don't understand language, but there's no words being said. He seems to be communicating them with a non-verbal language,
Telepathy.
like telepathy. And you watch as the sharks are, as they're swirling around him. He then kind of points his arm out in the general direction. You watch as the sharks scatter out in the various points of the ocean. He then begins to swim a little bit. You don't see much around him as he begins to swim in whatever direction that he's going, until you find him once again talking to another figure. This one appears to be the figure he talked to before, this feminine, priestly-like figure with iconography to a god you're not really certain of. You can make a religion check later, but
Absolutely. That was almost real bad, guys. 19. It was like spinning on one and then
This dude. don't know nothing about. Pressure.
You merely adopted it.
Okay.
I will follow it.
After seeing the symbols and the iconography on a person, is the god Sekolah.
Sequela.
Sekolah. Commonly known as the shark deity. They are primarily like a flesh-eating religion. There's a lot of visuals of a giant-headed shark, the giant maw, or the maw of Seklaw, that kind of thing.
No berries.
And watch they have a short conversation with each other, actual voices. And then after that, he begins to swim, and he does that for about 10 or so minutes, just before you see as he breaches the surface, and you barely catch a figure standing on a beach,
Like a sandy beach.
like a sandy beach.
You said I didn't see any islands when I was up in the air?
Nope.
You don't know what's going on.
Yeah, we don't know anything.
And but you kind of you barely see any of that, and I would say you also saw like these long wooden structures deep into the water as he swam past them, and came up to the beach.
So directionally wise, from what I could discern,
It was towards the island.
But I saw the shipwreck
Yes.
and then rocky structures, but then it was more ocean and then more rocky structures.
It was, yeah, a lot of ocean, a little bit of rocky structures. One, elven, or not elven, but one wreckage, a little bit more water, lots of rock, and then water.
Sandy Beach. I'll wait till you get out of your trance.
So I come out of it.
Okay. What did you see there, wizard?
Well, I suggest at first that no one gets in the water. It appears that
Fair enough.
our friend may have allied with a few rather large sharks that he seemed to have sent out. Logic would only dictate that he probably sent some to watch over the ship.
Yeah, scouts, yes. Common,
Best I can tell, he's in the direction of the island. Whether he's on the island, I don't know, but I saw the shipwreck, I saw rocky formations, but I also saw him breach the water onto a beach, a sandy beach.
That's nothing here.
Do you know of any sandy beaches close by?
none.
Does Mystic have sandy beaches?
They do, but
They
from what-
couldn't,
days
have,
away.
they couldn't have made it. It was almost a week away.
Oh,
They
was
couldn't
that
have
days
made it
away?
that far.
so we know for certain our quarry, it is on or in that island.
Is it towards the same direction Barry pointed me to?
Seems to be.
Okay. So there's that.
He's not so useless.
No.
Barry's a legit source.
Alright.
He's a legit
We have
source.
confirmed, Barry's legit.
Alright.
So I guess going on the island to the cave is not worth the effort.
I'd say it's very worth the effort.
Going to the island.
That is probably our primary entrance.
The cave.
Oh.
The cave.
Maybe
Oh, I see what you said.
maybe the beach, was it sunlit,
Inside.
the beach?
It was not sunlit. There was no sunlight.
Maybe it
Could
was like
be
an
in the cave.
under the cave grotto type of thing.
Mm.
Mm.
So we need to get a rest and get
Yes.
Mm. So we do feel confident
nice call, Captain.
with fighting sharks, though.
We don't
Nah.
want to fight sharks.
Okay, we do feel confident with fighting sharks, though.
How many
No.
sharks were
Why are we fighting sharks?
We're not
supposed to be
getting
How
in
many
the
killing
sharks
water.
were there that I could see?
You saw probably 20 or so assorted sharks, hammerheads, giant sharks, white
Well,
sharks.
We can't get the ship any closer, right? We don't want to.
The captain said this is as far
The
as.
sharks are no problem while we're on the ship.
Right, but how do we get to the island if we can't get the ship any closer?
Fly.
Oh, are we just gonna fly trips?
I can do that.
Oh, okay.
You can't fly all of them at one time, but
Well, yeah, I know.
how
He
long
could fly,
would
he
you-
could fly me and Vaughn and then come pick you back
come
up.
get me?
And the captain, if the captain wants to go.
Captain is not leaving the ship. He
Captain
already
is not
expressed
leaving.
that.
I do not wish to leave.
Just making sure.
If I'm going to die, it's probably going to be here. Kind of rubs the railing.
All right, I think we have direction, so.
Yeah.
Well,
You must rest.
well done. I'd say it's time to celebrate
Let's do it.
once more.
Okay.
Men, let's get out the rum.
Captain,
Hurrah!
I would suggest that you keep a couple of your men.
Ah, Dad.
preferably so.
Vasher, come. We must celebrate. For tomorrow, we're probably going to die.
Why do you keep saying that, Captain?
I decide to pass on that, and I go back to my quarters, and I try to use my herbalism kit. Is there any way that I could use, like, do my druid craft to craft
He's making-
plants to use my herbalism kit?
He's not making me happy.
I've never heard of that before. That's interesting.
Oh.
He keeps saying we're gonna die, and I don't want
He also didn't fight a Kraken, we did. So.
Yeah, I know. I was like, a little bit more confidence.
He's also probably not level 11 or level 10, so.
Maybe the captain, but you are not the
He's
strongest.
just a dude.
He's just a fishy guy.
No.
I cannot do that?
No.
Okay.
From reading the spell, you can create a flower blossom, a seed pod, or a leaf bud bloom. But I suppose it depends on what you're wanting to make. Are you wanting to make like some seasoning?
No, I was gonna try and make, I'm gonna try to make some potions and then maybe try to make some.
I see what you mean. I would say that's probably a broken
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah, for sure.
Uh,
Mass-produced health potion.
Uh,
Good
but-
try,
I was-
though.
I
Good
was-
try, though.
I was
Good
trying.
idea.
I
Good
understand
idea.
what you were going with. Good idea.
I had the thought over the week. I was
Good on you. I've never heard of that before.
That's a good idea.
But that would be stupid broken.
It's worth
But
a shot.
the various sailors and crew members have themselves another night of rowdy partying. Those who wish to join in are welcome to.
I won't.
I won't.
Is there a way? Will we have to wait until we get to like a
One of them things?
words
I hear you, bro.
for the treasure we found? Will we have to find someone that can tell us the worth of the gems and stuff before we go over that?
I did that earlier in the campaign, and no, I honestly don't have the patience for doing that kind of silliness. I'll just give you, if you want to begin to count out the gold and the gems, I'll just tell you.
Oh, I don't know if we wanted to do that or wait until the journey's over.
Yeah, because if we just start pulling out like
25,000
25,000 worth of like
Golden
coin,
gem.
we have a lot of coins.
Yeah, we got
Wow.
we got a lot.
We got 25,000, like around 25,000 coins, and some of them are platinums. So
And there's gems.
and there's gems.
Nice.
Okay.
And that's
Yeah.
what we
We're
were
eating
taking
good in the
back to
neighborhood.
Yeah.
Probably to the conservatory.
Yeah.
So
You're not going to do anything crazy where you get captured in a little capsule, are you?
Oh God.
I'm
We
gonna
can't
kill
have this
some-
happen
Say
again.
that fireball.
8th level.
Just
You're
Asking, you know, we have experience.
Just blow the ship up in pounds.
Yeah. Go like with the turtle.
Worst case scenario, and I would just say that we've probably discussed this at some length, or at least I've said, worst case scenario, we teleport back to the conservatory and save ourselves. That's the escape plan.
Fair enough.
But I want to sit on the ship, whatever direct part of the ship is facing towards the island, and just read Dwarvish and stay alert until time to go to bed.
Alright, so the the left side of the ship is facing towards the island. You see so you could probably find a good spot on the quarter deck or the forecastle, or you're someplace along the main deck. No real issue. You wish to spend how many hours?
I'm just gonna stay there and study and read and just watch. As I read, every once in a while, look up and about and just keep an eye, make sure nothing crazy's coming at us from what I can see until it starts winding down and everyone's like starting to go to bed. Then I'll go and get my full rest in, my long rest in.
Make a general perception check.
Use my robes now.
Yes, you can. Finally.
Yeah. There we are.
Rubes.
22.
Alright. So, as various festivities are going on about the ship, there are actual people on the main deck with you that are keeping a general watch. You can actually see with you, First Mate Fenton is about just kind of looking around, begins to saunter over towards you as you're studying. Hey there. So when did you end up fighting in that little box?
The magical scroll.
Ah, nice. Is that any kind of value?
To the right person.
Right.
Very limited group of people.
It's not like a sailing thief, right?
What did you say?
A sailing thief.
Selling thief.
Well, I'm a thief and I sail.
It's sailing. Like,
He's saying
you
that
sail
he
a
would
boat.
be interested in what you're talking about. He's a sailing thief.
Oh.
My bad. It's just some sea terms there.
No, you. I mean, no offense, but probably not benefit.
I'm just messing with you. Kind of punches you on the arm.
I don't react at all. I'm just like,
He kind of turns his head, and you begin to you kind of see some catch his eye too. Breaching the surface of the water, you see like a group of Finns heading your way.
how many fans?
Let's say several.
It appears we have guests, Fenton.
Kind of looks out there. I won't worry about it. Begins to walk back towards the door heading inside. And you watch as these Finns kind of begin to circle, giving a wide berth around the ship. They do it once around, begin heading back.
Back in like,
Start throwing fireballs in the water. No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
Base level.
I was about to call lightning.
Make a mental note.
And you watch as the people that were also on board, they'd seen that too, and you watch as quite a bit more people begin to come aboard deck, drunken a little bit, but you see a lot more of them are armed with guns, crossbows. You can see they're even preparing a few of the cannons. So even though it appears that they're just having a good time, they have their wits about them.
I will retire to my quarters.
Okay. You, anyone else want to watch?
Sure. I'll keep the watch.
Okay. So, seeing Vash come to his quarters, you get up, come up on the main deck, kind of give a good look around. You see there's a clear sky and with no lights of any kind. You see the stars are just out. And as you kind of stepping out, you see as soon as you step up, one just a shooting star kind of shoots across the sky. Beautiful. Huh.
Make a wish.
You step into the main deck. Brilliant sky above you, dangerous waters below you. Make your check.
14.
14. Alright.
He's doing his watch.
Oh, okay. It was a calm night. Even though the various sailors, those who come to take different shifts. They all seem to be really focused, especially on keeping the boat safe. You see, at one point, the captain steps out from his quarters to give a good look around. Heads back in. But other than that, not a whole lot of activity.
I like it.
Okay. Who's up next?
I guess I will.
Okay. Xan, as you pass by Belshazzar, you see Cook Alu kind of get your attention. Hey there,
How's it going?
why don't you come talk to me for a second?
Okay. I follow him.
So I was just trying on this new recipe for the sailors. You mind taking a taste of it?
Can I insight check this dude to make sure he's
It's a woman, certainly.
or this woman? Natural 20. So a total of 20.
Looks very tired. Seems,
Taste your stuff.
Ooh. Okay.
I'll go to this one.
Yeah, sure, I'll try it.
Okay, so she brings it up to you. It's functional. You can see like the various spices that are kind of scattered out along your table. Just a mixed match. Just something she kind of threw together.
It's really good.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Do try and keep the ship safe while you're out there.
I will.
She let you go off and go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh boy. It's 11.
11? Okay. You do see something reach the surface. It is shell-like.
How big?
Sea turtle size. As Barry returns.
It's Barry!
No. The night and your watch goes off without a hitch. Safe night. You all may take your long rest. So, as the morning dawns, you all are given a rather distasteful breakfast, as the cook seems to be a little not with it today.
Wouldn't be because they're hungover.
You're not sure.
Breakfast is not that great this morning.
Let's be easy on the cook. She's scared out of her mind.
What, you got personal relationship?
Did you scare her?
No. It's a very tense situation. And
As
the cook's
you,
not made for.
As you say that, you kind of look around and you see a lot of the sailors. They look pretty scared.
Huh.
Yeah.
We've got these sailors in a scary situation. We're kind of comfortable in this kind of atmosphere.
It's
Speak
been
for
through
your-
worse.
speak for yourself.
Yeah.
Speak for yourself. I'm from a little farm town. This is.
Some next level stuff.
Yeah, right.
I mean, we killed a Kraken, didn't we, guys? I think
Yeah,
I've
but
never
that
killed
wasn't
one
me.
before, so yeah.
I think we got this. Dragon turtle and all.
Dragon Troll's gonna see us coming.
So, what do you guys wish to do?
Saddle up and ship out.
Yeah, that's what I say. I say we turn it into the Eagle and get us over to the shore.
All right, adventurers.
Yeah, let's get ready to drink more. Let's go.
Roll that shark.
Yeah.
Spells prepared. You guys, Xanon, you wish to begin this process of transportation.
Yep. Sorry, I'm trying to get mine.
Actually, we'll say for that we will take a short break.
Oh.
Okay. 'Cause I am out of water and I want coffee.
I want the market before I forgot.
Okay. So who's first?
Me and Vaughn, if that's possible.
Yeah.
Or is Vaughn too big?
I know Vaughn's not carrying too much stuff. And your pack only weighs like 12 pounds.
Yeah.
So, I'd say you'll be alright. You guys hop on to your eagle ally and begin taking to the air. You watch as the waves, the lapping ocean water begin to get distant as it just goes into like this plain blue color of the ocean. As you're now kind of high in the sky, you can see the ship behind you, now distant ant on the horizon.
Can I kind of like keep an eye to see if I see any sharks? Like any. Because I know there's nothing really on that other side. Can I keep an eye out to see if there's any sharks or anything?
Make a perception check.
With my keen sight.
Yeah.
What's that? 21.
At the moment, or as you're first beginning this journey, you don't see too many sharks. And even as you coast over top of the island, all along that journey, you do not see sharks. So now that you are over the island, where do you wish to drop your cargo?
I'm a kind of.
I'll tell him to drop us like on that,
Yeah, I'm gonna
Like
let
cave
them guide
entrance.
me down.
like around the side of the cave entrance where we're away from it, so we can wait.
On that note, the actual cave entrance is it's placed on the side of like a sheer cliff. Look like where I said it was like the tallest point is where that cave entrance was. We're probably looking at like 50 to 60 feet in the air.
How's there water going into it though?
Well, it goes down to a sheer cliff, and then drops
The
drops
cave
into
is
the
on
water.
bottom of a sheer cliff.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry, thank you. Better explained by
Alright.
our friend here. I would say you might be able to find a few good spots on a wreckage nearby.
Yeah, we can do that.
Is it big enough to hold all of us?
With a good perception check, you might be able to find one.
I'm gonna make a perception check.
You better get on down, Bob.
Help me.
I already
Certainly.
had advantage.
Oh.
Ooh, natural 19. So that's 28.
You find there are a few shipwrecks. A lot of them are dilapidated and deteriorated, and they're just not. Probably can't support the weight of a few people. But you do find one. Appears to be this ancient Viking-like wreckage. The nose of like this dragon-like head still sticking out onto the surface, and you can see like it's right in between these two fork-like spikes, and you can see like it's almost bisected in half, and it appears to be a good spot to touch down and hang out for a minute.
I'm trying to try to put 'em-
Okay, so you guys land down. Steadies.
Alright.
Kind of hunker down, stay as hidden as possible, and let them go get Belteshazzar. How far out from the entrance are we?
You guys are pretty near. I'd say you're probably no more than 100 to 200 feet away.
How far?
100 to 200 feet.
Can I see anything in or around the cave right now?
With some of the light refracting off the surface of the water that actually goes into the cave. You can see it goes in. It appears to be like a tunnel almost that goes further into this island. But other than that, nothing else.
So, while he is going back to the boat, how long was that flight?
That flight was probably looking around, probably like 2.5 hours to fly there and to look for a spot.
Okay, so wow, so it's gonna take.
So it was
Geez,
an
it's
hour.
gonna take 5 hours for
It
him
was
to get
an
back.
hour to walk there, but 2.5 to fly there.
To walk to the island, not to the entrance.
How could we walk to the island? It's in the water.
I think as we said, it was an hour.
Yeah,
it was an hour
well,
to
he
walk
said-
and an hour and a half to
He
swim.
said it was like an hour and a half to swim there.
I was saying for you guys searched for a spot.
Oh.
You guys had to search for a spot.
So like, if he were to fly back and go get Belshazzar and come back, how long would that approximately take?
You'd probably just be on the cusp of your duration of your wild shape.
So it'll be another 2 or 3 hours before they get back.
I'd say shorter than that. Now they still have to look again.
Okay, so what I'm getting at is, while he's gone,
I'm off.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Arcane Eye and send it into the cave.
Okay. Remind me again. Does it have dark vision? Does it have blind sight?
It is an invisible magical eye within range that hovers in the air for the duration, which is an hour. I mentally receive visual information from the eye, which has normal vision and dark vision out to 30 feet. The eye can look in every direction. As an action, I can move it up to 30 feet in any direction. There's no limit on how far away it can move, but it can't enter another plane of existence. A solid barrier blocks the eye's movement, but the eye can pass through an opening as small as 1 inch in diameter.
Okay. Good to know. So, Vaughn, you watch as you begin to look across the surface of the water, which you guys aren't too far from, by the way.
Oh.
You're probably like 2 to 3 above the water at this point in time.
Mm-hmm.
And you watch as Fasha sits down and begins casting a spell. During that time, do you want to do anything?
We're at the cave entrance.
We're
Near
a
it.
few hundred feet away.
A few hundred feet away. No, I'm just gonna keep a vigilant watch out for any that might be coming towards us.
Make a perception check.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you get it.
I can go on. A 23.
Good to know. Your eye goes forth from your spell source, floating away from your body, and then you direct it into the cave. It floats over the top of the waters, gently getting splashed by the waves that come up to meet it. But unharried, it continues forth into the cave, and with dark vision, you do see. It doesn't take long for this tunnel to open up. You probably float forward for about maybe a minute and a half before the 30-foot range dissipates into darkness. And you can see the surface of the water continues now into this cavern-like area. So, from here, you wish to continue forward?
I'm actually gonna take it and just like move all around to try and figure out the height and depth and breadth of this cavern that I'm in, what's on the floor, the ceiling, the sides, just kind of totally examine it around and whatnot. See if I can see where it goes, if it splits off into many different directions or just one or whatever.
Okay. So, during that search, which for General Sinsky, I get a perception check.
14.
14. This is a large cavern. expansive, and you're kind of surprised to see so much space. It's certainly surprising, and it should take you quite a bit of time to reach the back. And when you finally find the opposite end of this cavern, there's a beach of pebble and sand, and sitting on this beach is a dock.
Is there anything docked at the dock?
There's not.
Okay.
And not far from those docks, sorry, you see a dark entryway.
That looks like a real good place to spy.
Going forward,
Let's do it.
so you go forward into this.
Is there anything around the docks?
There's not much. There's probably a few errant crates
Okay.
that have long since been opened and emptied. Just a few pieces of refuge and such. Coming into this dark entryway, you pass through the overhead entrance, and it's black.
Can't see anything.
Nothing.
Past my 30 feet.
It is completely dark. There's nothing past. Like if you close your eyes, that's what it looks like.
Magical darkness.
Magical.
That's the only exit out of this cave other than the entrance I came through.
From searching around and doing that brief look around, that was about it. It is a large, expansive cave with a beach and a dock and an entrance. Or an exit.
I'm gonna send it under the water. See what I can see down there.
Going beneath the gentle, curling waves of this inside of this cavern, which there wouldn't be any waves. It is a still, like pool. You go beneath the waves, and you can see like the rocky-like surface kind of just continues beneath. With your dark vision, you look around. You see muck. You see algae. You see gathered pieces of other kinds of refuge, but nothing else.
Alright, I will take it out of the water and go back towards the magical darkness, and I'm just gonna send it forward
Okay.
and just see what happens.
It hits a wall.
It hits a wall.
Mm-hmm.
How fast does it hit the wall?
Pretty quickly. Probably no more than 30 feet.
How much time do I have left?
I'd say you're just reaching the end. And on that note, you watch as your friends, or rather your friend, and Xanon come into view, Vaughn, as he steps down and onto the surface of this boat. Foster, at the same time, just as your curiosity wants to keep going, the spell fades, and you're now back amongst your friends.
How much time do I have left?
I would say you have about probably 2 hours.
Okay, well, I'm not changing back.
Okay. You're an eagle. What do you wish to do, adventurers?
Well, it appears we've found our quarry, possibly. I found the beach that I saw in my vision. Seems to be in this. Seems to be a sizable grotto that opens up inside of this cave. The only other exit out that I could see is blocked by magical darkness.
Okay, that's
So
not
I'm
good.
not entirely sure how to navigate that. But in my vision, I saw him speaking with the sharks, swimming, and then eventually breaching the water in this grotto. So I don't know if they are outside of the water or inside of the island. So
There's nothing I can do with the magical wall. can just cut stuff. I can yell at it.
I don't know that would work. It seems as though we'll have to enter.
Kind of blind. Okay.
So if we go inside of this dark matter, we won't be able to see in front of us.
Well, I have an idea for that.
Will your ideal alert anyone? I'm pretty sure they probably already know we're here.
Possibly.
And if we go into this magical well, we can't even get. I'm assuming we can't get past the magical wall.
Oh, you can walk into it. You just won't be able to see.
So they probably will detect our presence as soon as we walk into it, or they've already detected our presence.
Possibly. But I also have the ability to dispel such things.
All right, let's get to stepping.
Yeah. When
I'm
we get-
always the one that's ready to rock, man.
So this plan is we need to get the head of this magic fish wizard.
Yes.
All right.
So
So what do you suggest? Who needs to lead this?
it's a small dock inside of it. Is the cave big enough for him to fly in?
It'd be difficult, and
So there's no large dragon turtle in here then. It's difficult for you to go in.
I understand you.
ancient bird language.
I wouldn't think that big old dragon turtle could get through the little opening that you went through either. You said there was like a doorway or something on the beach there.
Yeah. He might be out here with us now.
I would say, as part of your search under the waves, or under the water, you did see that the entrance, even though it is kind of small above the water,
Oh.
it widens out at the bottom.
But was it like, does that go under the beach and stuff too, or does it like shear off at that dock?
It shears off right there.
As in, like, there's enough room for something to come in and be at the grotto, but then they can't go farther than that. Nothing. Ashra saw it out there. Garrett knows other things.
So what do you guys want to do?
How much time left do we have of our water breathing?
That's long gone.
That's
That
gone,
was
man. We
yesterday.
slept overnight, man.
Well, I know I
It
didn't know.
would have just ended as we were probably starting to fly
What do you
out.
want to
and
do?
stuff.
Jump in the water with the sharks?
Well, I thought we were gonna have to water fight regardless.
He might have to fly us over and just drop us off at the entrance and we swim in.
Yeah. I guess
Let's do it.
Guess we dive.
I guess we die. Since the captain said we're going to die today.
We need to figure a way how to get them out of their stronghold.
Might have to go searching for them ourselves.
Take my big wing and go.
Alright, well, let's do it.
Yeah.
So, you said difficult or impossible?
It's a difficult.
It's gonna be difficult, because with the wingspan, I would assume like it's like super wide, and he's probably gonna have to like tuck his wings in. It would be quite the feat to get another person to go in. I'd say it's even difficult just by himself.
So,
And unless the Eagles can swim.
Xana needs to fly us over and drop us off at the entrance and let us swim in.
Yeah.
I would suggest the hardier of us go first.
Yep, I'm down. Let's do
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Put me in there first.
Okay. So, one by one, you all are. Sploosh. Another one. Carried over. Sploosh. Ashra. You take.
Can't you love it?
You take
Damn
to,
it, I don't know what's this
you take to
Oh,
the air,
anything.
and you're hovered over the surface of the water, and you now are all below the waves. Do you join them?
Yeah.
As a human, or
Yep,
changeling?
That's a human.
Okay.
I look like a human anyway.
So what's the direction? Just go? Alright, I'm gonna start swimming.
So
into-
before you is once again the mouth of the cave, but as you're kind of looking about at this moment, what you didn't see above, below it is the mouth of the cave widens out, and it's almost like an opening, like of a how do I put this? I don't know. It just widens out and opens up, and it seems as if like a largish thing could probably fit in here.
I would like to be behind Vashra
Okay.
and have.
Wizards first.
Huh?
Wizards first.
No, and have Belteshazzar in
I'm
the
gonna
lead.
be in front.
Okay.
I'm gonna lead this.
That
this
way,
thing.
if we do get attacked from the rear,
Okay. So,
we can have somewhat of a cover.
going forward,
Yep.
let's get a marching order.
How wide is this cave?
At the top of it, it's probably looking at like 10 or 15 feet.
Wide?
Yeah.
Like we might be able to put two people side by side to go through it.
I'd say so, yeah. So we have up front. So if we got the wizard between here and Xanon right here.
Or do you want to be beside him?
Are you like?
I was thinking I might go beside him,
Beside the wizard?
beside the wizard.
Yeah.
You are man.
What?
You're getting protected on all sides.
No, I was thinking, man, I don't want to be.
I'm the only one that can get us out of here quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Can't let the wizard die. We got to keep him alive.
Okay. So with that marching order,
Yeah.
And I'm carrying all the food.
Yeah, you go. Look, go.
the most value player. You guys begin to.
Takes bag of holding, lets me die.
That was nice of you. Just give me that back.
You guys begin to swim forward, following Belteshazzar's lead. Belteshazzar, or all of you, how do you wish to proceed?
I think we should try to go stealthy. I mean,
Can I? What's the word? Starts with
Cry?
Starts with an R. Retroactively say that I would have told them to swim towards the dock.
Okay, I'll allow it.
Yeah, definitely
in
stealthily would be smart.
In
but
orientation, the dock is literally right across from the
Straight
center.
in.
Yes.
So I see.
So-
How much open water is it before we get to the dock from the mouth of like where it opens up?
We're probably looking about like a.
So we're looking at like an oasis as we go in. Right?
No, it's not really an oasis. It is a dank,
It's like a grotto.
dark
Okay.
cavern with like seaweed growing out at the bottom,
okay.
and like water dripping down from the surface to ripple along the surface of the water.
So like the Pirates of the Caribbean going into that one.
Yeah,
area.
you live in Marta. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going stealthy.
Yes.
Pass that tricks.
Make stealth checks.
So you add plus 10 to your stealth.
Oh, thank
Okay.
God.
Oh no. Talking to the one leading this is the most loudest person.
That's why I cast Pass Without
Yeah,
Trace.
so you got
Yeah, 'cause
plus
That's a
10.
free. I get it for free.
Alright. What a perfect time to have stealth. 19.
Is that plus 10?
Well, that's 29.
Oh my god.
All right. So one more time.
27.
29.
14.
20.
All right.
All right.
So
That's bad from Bowser Trailers, the stealthiest one.
I know.
Right.
Water suits you.
Water does not suit a rogue wizard. They swim with carpet on.
Right.
a dark stained carpet.
I know. I'm gonna have to get some new. That's another reason I need to get back to all of you. Maybe some fresh threads.
Prestidigitation. But anyways, you guys begin to stealthily swim forward. I would say you, Xanon, with your high wisdom and past perception, you just get like this eerie, like neck prickly sense of something watching you as you guys begin to enter into this area.
With my robes, I can also see invisible creatures.
below you
No.
as you guys enter into
The unknown.
space.
Oh man, dude. Oh, this is not.
Uh-oh.
Do I-
Alrighty.
Oh, boy.
Oh man.
Do I sense
Wow.
anything with my wisdom and passive perception?
Oh boy.
Oh, gosh. It's already
No,
drawn
no, no.
out.
It's a mess.
Let's go ready.
Oh, he's already got it drawn up. Look
Yeah,
at
you
this
got
guy.
it mapped out.
It was drawn up last week. Or not last week, but 2 or 3 weeks ago. So Garrett, we'll say you guys are probably back towards your end of the table.
Let me figure out who's who here.
Think of my special guys.
Oh gosh, here we go. I'm ready. I'm ready.
It's very good you pointed that out.
Oh god.
Because they were indeed
We were gonna
visible.
We're gonna get a sneak
But
attack.
there's no way I could have seen it because my eye doesn't benefit from the robe. So
Oh. Yeah, no, that's a good point. Also get a couple of these because we are
I
busy
can see
today.
invisible people too.
Okay.
and I have dark vision out to 120 feet with this bad boy on,
Wow.
I got no dark vision.
I got 30.
and I can see invisible creatures out to 120
Where did
feet.
you get this robe?
Day one, dude.
Oh yeah, it was day one
I
item.
got it from the vampire.
Oh.
Oh.
Vampire sanctum thing that we.
Yeah.
Nice.
Robes.
Dude, it's
Dang.
dope. But don't cast light near me. Because it has eyes all over. So if you cast
Okay.
light or daylight within 5 feet of me, it blinds me.
So that gem
Oh,
is
there it is. T-Rex again.
Oh,
There's your
dude.
dragon turtle.
Oh!
He's invisible?
Oh!
Bro!
Dude!
We got to evac.
We got a guy right here.
We're toast!
We got
This
it.
is no good.
We got a guy
I know
here.
Foster has no emotion, but do we see emotion?
Do we
There
finally
is-
see some?
No,
There's-
but you see dark things.
There was
coming
one
up out of the
rider.
water.
You see
can
no
him
emotion,
himself.
but him go.
Just so you know, they that you can see. This is about only you can see what's going on right now. They are all looking at you,
Oh, dear.
even with your stealth checks.
Oh
Oh!
my
Oh, dear.
goodness.
Even with a
Oh, we don't
29
do that.
Okay,
stealth.
so
We don't know that.
oh god, he's putting more minis.
I would-
No?
Yes, I am.
Oh,
Oh, Jesus. Just going for it.
Hold on, let me
So
see.
we don't know what's going on?
Yeah, you guys have no idea. We're about to get into that in just 1 second.
Oh, okay.
No, he
dear.
sees it.
Oh dear.
I want to see
Oh,
how
dear.
you're gonna play this out.
I'm playing out Washington. I'm listening to him saying, "Oh
Dude, I
dear."
feel sick. I feel sick right now.
Okay, it's okay, guys. I'm a wizard. I can get us out of this, maybe. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Oh
dear,
my
dear.
gosh.
They're all just kind of waiting on you to roll up in here, and they're all in various levels underwater,
Oh,
and they're all at the very bottom.
Of
Like,
the water?
They're all at the very bottom of the water.
How big?
There's
is
one
this dragon
on this turtle?
Well, it's gargantuan.
But we don't see.
There's one on the turtle, though.
Yes, that is the rider.
Is
we-
it
You're the
Mr.
only one who
Royal
sees
Man?
it, right?
Yeah,
Of course
'cause I
it
can see
is.
invisible.
It is the royal guy.
Oh!
So
Just
just
the worst possible thing.
so maybe you guys remember this royal guy was standing above the water.
Oh, he was standing on the turtle.
Oh, he wasn't floating.
He was standing on the turtle.
So the turtle caused the
ship to go
the
under.
ship
Dude, we're toast, bud.
You guys are feeling it?
No.
Are you guys
We're not
feeling it?
We're not feeling it because we don't even know.
I
Only
don't know.
Vasha sees it.
We don't
Man,
see-
I have this sinking suspicion something's here.
Well, you
guys.
got a tingle. We don't. I don't
Yeah.
have anything.
We don't
All I'm
see
doing is
the,
we.
Balthazar's just like,
Let's get it. Let's
he's
go.
just- his only thought is, be quiet, be quiet.
We don't see bubbles coming from the turtle?
Nope.
If they're underwater, they're
It
not.
breathes on the water.
They have gills.
I thought they make bubbles.
No.
Okay, so Ashra, upon entering the surface and seeing as all these figures now, they're all kind of like pressed up against the mud of the water, kind of looking up at you guys as you guys begin to swim into view. You see them. What does Vashra do?
What does Vasher do? Because he's a very unemotional character.
This might be the first time
Oh
as
boy.
yeah.
Okay, let me process this for a minute here, because
We should have.
I was not expecting the whole Royal Army to be waiting on us. the
I will
moment
say,
we
I will
flew
say
in.
this. They all seem to be looking at you. They don't seem to notice any of the others at the moment.
Oh, because I suck. Gotcha.
Yes.
We should have like puppet showed with the Kraken.
They don't. Okay, I don't want to ruin it for my friends, but okay.
I mean, I'm assuming Belteshazzar would just keep swimming towards that dock.
Well, you guys don't see any
Yeah,
of this,
so I'm
Well, we're
still-
swimming the same speed.
Yeah.
So we're still going.
and they don't seem to be attacking you.
You just hear like not loud, but not whispering. Vasha kind of go. He's just like, oh my.
So I stop at that point.
Yep.
I stop and just tread water.
Yeah, so we're all next to each other within
Ask
within
him
5
what's
feet.
oh my mean.
Yeah, what is oh my?
Okay. So you guys stopped.
They're
Just gonna
below
correct
us.
that
We
dude.
need to leave now.
We need to leave.
We leave.
So how can we leave?
Why? What's the problem? I don't see anything.
They're invisible. Dragon turtles below us.
Oh.
And so
okay.
is an modicum of other enemies. We need to leave. This
You
is
see
not
one
the
of them
place.
gets to swim up.
They're looking right at us.
Another
Are we
one.
gonna-
Another
we
one
wanna
swimming
do
closer.
I say, Xanon, fly, and then I immediately cast fly at 5th level, touch
Vaughn.
Vaughn and Belteshazzar. All 3 of us can fly, and I'm GTFOing.
Okay, so before these guys can get anywhere close, you guys take off.
I'm assuming you know to just transform.
Yeah,
and
if you
get-
say
get the
fly,
heck
I'm going.
out.
I'm going to a giant eagle or
Something to get out of
Well,
here
I'm not going
because
to
this
Giant
is
Eagle.
not the place. This
not-
is not the place.
knowing that I wouldn't be able to make it through the tunnel as a giant eagle.
Okay.
I'm gonna go as a hawk
Okay.
just to get out.
Okay. So they can't catch up to you guys. You guys speed away, following Vashra as you guys
Yeah.
make it back out to where you guys wish to go.
I'm just gonna go up probably about 30 to call it 60 feet above the cave entrance
Okay.
on the
Okay.
sheer side of it, and just kind of float there.
Okay.
Okay.
I
That's
can
what we
hold.
can do too?
I can hold for 10 minutes. Everyone can fly, or you 3 can fly, or us 3 can fly
Okay.
for 10 minutes.
He can fly.
What happened? So
Um,
we're asking him what's going on.
You seen the
So,
turtle?
My robe allows me to see invisible creatures that I couldn't see with my eye that I sent in there because it cannot benefit from the robe. All of them are invisible under the water.
Oh.
Our target, our quarry, now sits atop the dragon turtle along with quite a few of his fellow servants.
Mm.
So we would have never made it,
We would have been ambushed immediately.
and we would have been at a disadvantage underwater.
Very much so. We would have never made it to the dock.
That is not good.
They seemed to be waiting on us. They were gently floating our way, but they weren't actively seeking to attack. I believe they were waiting to pounce at the
If we got any
correct
closer.
moment.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do we get the upper hand?
We need a larger army underwater. Because we're at a disadvantage in water. I am anyway.
This might seem stupid, but can you cast fear on a giant dragon turtle?
I believe. Can I use my knowledge because I feel like I know that Vasha would maybe know this. At least have a good idea.
Are you thinking about going
Make a
back in
history
there and
check.
attacking?
I mean, our whole purpose is to killing this.
Because Garrett knows.
Okay.
16.
So what was the number of army are we talking about?
At least 7 or 8 others,
And a dragon turtle.
along with.
That wasn't
Our
counting
quarry.
the quarry.
You're not
And
really
you wanna
sure.
go back in there?
I guess he would just assume a creature of such size and power would be at the very least, extremely hard to scare.
Probably.
Oh, okay. Alright. How's is there a way we can our goal is only the one guy, correct?
But we have to fight many to get to the one.
Or do we? Does anyone have like a lasso or something? Or a way we can grab this guy and take him out?
Cowboy rodeo. on.
Yeah, and take him out of advantage and just take him with us.
He is probably a magic user. Probably has things to thwart such attempts, and we would
They're
have
invisible. We
would
wouldn't even
have
see them.
we would
Well-
have to get somewhere near.
You have to do it.
So he's putting you in the.
Unfortunately, I believe we're gonna have to fight them on their terms because the dragon turtle doesn't have the ability to fight above water per se. It can't leave the water.
Okay.
So Vastra pulled us out of there for a reason. That means there's no way we can defeat these guys on their terms.
Not with the way they're set up now. We would have to. It's a big cavern, but it's too enclosed.
Okay. So how did they get there? How did the turtle get there? We need to find that entrance.
Well, we did. We swam through it.
Oh, did we?
Yep.
Yeah,
You,
he
you
said
can
that-
see that it's like the visible cave is not that big, but as you swim in, if you look underneath, it's like
It's
sheared to where
larger.
there's a big
Oh,
cave
okay.
underneath.
Okay, so there's not another
It's
exit.
like.
And I could say that that dragon turtle like easily dwarfs the kraken
Oh yeah.
that we fought.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yep.
okay.
It's
So-
gargantuan. It's
Mm.
the biggest size almost.
So let me ask you a question there, Vaughn.
Yeah.
Do you want to die today?
Well, no. We just got
I'm just asking because.
we just got gold.
We just got.
we just got paid, man.
We just got paid. So
It's payday.
we need a plan.
And we also have
We only
the
have 10
factor.
minutes that we're floating.
We
right?
also have the factor of this other entrance where countless more enemies could come out of.
Ooh,
Right.
you're right. They could be more underneath.
And yeah,
Or
well, you said
in
he
that
did
cave,
talk to
in the other entrance. the
sharks,
magical
so-
darkness.
we probably have sharks too that'll come in.
That's a very, very strong possibility.
Mm-hmm.
But without this quarry, we're in alliance.
Is there a way we can collapse this cave?
That dragon turtle's so big it could push its way out. You'd have to collapse the entire island to have a chance at trapping such a creature.
Well, just so you know, Gargantuan is, I think it's 20 by 20,
Yeah.
so it takes up all the space.
Oh, so that T-Rex is not even at the size
No.
of
The
it.
T-Rex is a
Oh,
15 by 15.
Holy cow, dude.
Okay. All right. Well, man. So what do we do?
At this point, I'm just like landed on his shoulder.
Are we at the duration of our flying? It's only 10 minutes.
I feel like we do like 5. We can stop talking.
I'd say you're right.
Huh?
I'd say you're right for a minute.
You're the man on this one. So what should we do? Just leave it and fly out of here?
Is there a way we can dispel the invisibility they have on right now? I mean, I don't know. It wouldn't do much, but at least help.
I could dispel it on a specific creature possibly, but not all of them at once.
Okay.
He wants to die. He wants to die.
We have to defeat the warrior. We're here. We have to.
Yeah, I mean,
Just don't know how. How much wreckage is around the entrance? Like that piece we landed on. How many more are there?
I'd say there's probably a handful.
We need to avoid being completely submerged fighting these creatures.
yes.
Man, I have my levitate.
Okay. So with our flying that we got, is there a way we can make it to this beach and fight from there?
Yes, but like I said, Where's the entrance at? That other entrance? Just directly behind
Right
the dog?
there.
Okay.
Oh, shoot. So they got an entrance back
The
there.
magical darkness that I was speaking of. So there
Mm.
could be more enemies that pour out of there, and then we're cornered.
Right.
But no dragon turtle.
But you can go over the water, probably.
The dragon turtle? It wasn't a massive entrance. It was probably like a humanoid-sized entrance.
Right, but if we get up on the
Mm.
beach, it could easily just swim up to the beach. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is true.
You could swear you hear this hawk go, YOLO.
If only we could agitate them to coming out here. How deep under the water were they?
They're probably, I would say it was a fairly deep pool. We're probably looking about 70 to 80 feet.
It's still deep.
Yeah.
Well,
How much time we got left?
A couple minutes.
well, I can dispel magic, which is that. Can I dispel invisibility with that?
On a single target.
Okay. So we got two things we can make uninvisible.
My assumption is once they attack, they'll become very visible.
Oh, would they? Would it go away?
Depends on the level of invisibility they used, but I don't imagine that every one of them has the ability to use that kind of magic. It's a higher level magic to become invisible and stay invisible.
So what was you
Okay.
thinking about the wreckage? What was your idea with that?
To station ourselves on it and lure them out and attempt to use that as some kind of a ground to stay not submerged, because it's going to be very difficult to. You can't change again, can you?
Unless we rest for now.
Do we have anything that they would want? They have everything.
You guys watch.
Let's.
As the surface of the water near you reaches,
Hmm.
you can see the dragon turtle kind of comes up out of the water. The water begins to cascade on his massive shell, and you can see the figure looks up at you guys, and then they sink down beneath the waves.
Checking to see if we're still here.
So we see it, or only he sees it?
You all see
We
it.
see it.
Oh, so
They're
he's
not
not
visible.
visible anymore.
Okay, so cave entrance. It's sheared, but how tall is that spike? Like how tall is the spike above it? Like
Probably like 50 feet.
50 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So we're up at the top of the spike, probably.
Yeah. I put you. You said like 60 feet because you're
Is
like.
it like literally just like a spot? Like we couldn't land on it anywhere?
Okay, so this is probably up there. So just for references, it kind of comes. The spike kind of comes here, and then begins to level out to the rest of the island.
So we could land somewhere on the top of it.
Yes, you
It's
could.
not like a straight
Can I
No.
like spire.
No.
Can I kind of do a quick little once around to find somewhere?
I'm just gonna like okay, so
We need to do something.
we're right by the entrance, like right by the edge of it. Or
Mhm.
as in like I could like move over a foot and step down onto land.
No, because how do I show you what I see in my head and transfer it into your heads? The island, as far as the sheer cliff goes, the sheerness of the cliff kind of travels around, and then finally breaks down into land near the back of the island. And so there's no really good spots unless you're at the top.
Oh.
Like the rest
This
of
thing is like literally just
Right,
a
that's
big
what I'm
horn.
saying. It's like yeah, so it's like
like a big horn
like
in
a
this
mountain that's sheared straight in half.
yes.
Right. So like if we're like so the entrance is right here at the bottom of the shear.
Yeah.
We're up at the top.
Yeah.
So if I go over a couple feet, I
Yeah.
could land on.
Oh yes. Sorry.
Okay. Can I make a roll, just in the moment,
Okay.
to shift over to where I could? Well, it's not a concentration spell. Could I have made some kind of a roll to where when he came up out of the water to look at us,
Mhm.
I could cast a spell?
Heck no. What did you? What were you trying to prepare?
I was gonna shoot a lightning bolt at him.
Okay.
To agitate him, because that's what I want is them to come after us.
That's a pretty big retroactive move there.
I mean, I just didn't realize like I didn't have enough time because you're just like they came up and like I mentioned, it takes a couple seconds for a massive dragon turtle like sink back. It's not just like doop doop.
Okay.
Surely it takes longer than 6 seconds for a whole like gargantuan creature to sink back below the waves.
Especially where you can't.
Because like
see
we're
them.
watching it come up out of the water, and I'm thinking we need to agitate them to come towards us. Can I just like? Zzz? I mean, I'll make a roll to like see if I can, think fast enough to do
Okay.
it. Then I just want to.
All right. I'll allow a dexterity check.
Guys,
Oh boy.
I'm sending it.
All right.
I'm sending it because we got to make something happen. Dexterity,
Mhm.
16.
16.
Come on.
Flying above the air, seeing this massive dragon turtle with its rider on top of its shell breach beneath the surface, you kind of stare at it, and as your mind, as Vrasha's mind has never been close to a whirlpool of chaos, always calm and collected. You see an opportunity there, and you decide in whatever Vashra language to say, "Screw it," and send the spell.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Dex save.
Where is the spell going?
It
Is it-
is lightning bolt is a 100-foot long, 5-foot wide line. I'm
So
gonna
just-
send it straight at Mr. Royal Fish Man.
Okay, Royal Fishman and the dragon turtle.
Yes, it would hit the dragon turtle too.
Oh my gosh. Here we go.
Was
Two
Dex
for
of
one.
17.
okay?
I don't know how in the world a gargantuan creature is gonna dodge this, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to piss somebody off.
Oh, I know. My goodness.
Come get us, Fish Man.
Let's go now.
So it was 16,
No, 17.
17. Interestingly enough, the dragon turtle somehow saves against the spell, but the figure doesn't,
Good.
as he
That's what I
takes
was
the
aiming
full
at.
brunt
That's
of
what
this
I was
attack.
aiming
Here we go. There we go.
for. Big money.
No whammies. It's a pretty big whammy. Not
That
to hit the
is
giant freaking turtle.
8d6.
Oh man.
Give it to him.
Oh yeah, bud.
Yeah. Here we go. It's good. I'm ready. I'm ready to do this now.
29 points of lightning damage.
Woo-hoo.
Half to whoever saved.
Okay.
And anything flammable on him gets ignited.
He's been underwater.
I'll
It's
keep
not
that in
that
mind.
bad.
What you
That.
didn't know is he had a bomb strapped to his back.
Boom.
Is holding a nuke.
Did you do that, Bashra?
And just his head pops
I
up
will
above
keep
water.
that number.
That's what we need.
Okay. So you watch. In the moment of frustration, want to act. You send the spell out. It strikes the Sehugan right on the money, and you see as his body kind of like jerks and shakes, and the actual lightning strike kind of sputters across the surface of the turtle's shell. You watch as the Sehugan continues to tell the dragon turtle to go beneath the waves, and they disappear beneath the water. As he kind of like clutching his shoulder where the strike hit.
I'm gonna shift over and tell them to shift over to land on land since I know that we're about out of juice on the fly spell.
So you guys drop onto this rocky surface. It is rough. It is barren. It is pretty easy to stand on.
What are we gonna do?
So he no longer became invisible when they came up out of the water.
Yeah, no, that ended.
Rosher's guess would be that the rest of it didn't too, because he was probably controlling all the invisibility,
Yeah.
or at least some of it.
So so we're not flying anymore?
Nope, you guys have landed on the island. And I need to take these dudes back.
So do we just want to dive bomb in the water and just, try to go after it?
Don't
I
think
mean, we
you're-
can't really fight underwater. You can no longer breathe. You casting? Are you staying a hawk right now?
I'm still a hawk right now.
You wish to remain a hawk?
For a minute.
You can talk. You can hawk at me.
Hawk doesn't have language.
Speaks avian,
Hawk-
don't it, or whatever? Like the
Hawks don't speak a language.
Uh,
Or do they speak a language?
I'll see.
like the primordial, like the air language, whatever it's called,
I don't know
avian
what
or
to
air,
do.
or whatever it is.
We're here for this thing, and we got to get in there to get it.
No.
I don't have any way.
If
of
we were
being
going
on
If that's
water
the
either.
case,
No
I would
languages.
go
No
onto
languages.
the island.
I
I'd
know
go onto
the
the
dock,
shore.
that's-
It lists absolutely 0 languages.
So can we somehow get to the dock? I mean, I'm willing to risk it to get to the dock, to the land.
We'd have to
Anyway.
jump in the water and then swim.
I could give us all the ability to fly on there again, but I'd be using the last of my very powerful spells.
Well, I have slow fall, so I could mitigate any
I
sort
can.
of.
Someone's got my levitating
Pushing.
boots.
So I can
Yeah, them
mitigate
are
any
on.
damage.
Hold on. Hold up. Okay, if we can wait, if we can take a short rest, I can gain back one of my powerful spells. And then I can give us the ability to fly back down there.
Okay.
And he can stay as a hawk, 'cause he got, what, 5 hours?
I got 5 hours
As
still
a
a
hawk.
hawk.
Which you won't need that much, because it's going to get hairy.
Yeah, I was like it.
What if we take a short rest? I get all my shoes back.
Which would be very, very wait, okay, so if you stayed as a hawk, but took a short rest as a hawk, does he get, he's gonna go back to the
No. You have to
Okay.
rest as your natural form.
So okay.
But then you'd still have one extra you could change into.
So we need to stay at full powers for as long as possible. So we need to or you guys need to take a short rest. Me and Belshazzar are ready to go any moment.
I can get us down there, I just hate to use one of your abilities to, and I'm just speaking to a hawk right now. I hate to use one of your abilities to waste just to fly into the cave. Unless you wanted to just free fall into something aquatic to fight under the water, but you'd be alone.
Okay, I'm done being a hawk. I give up.
Okay.
Transform out. If I take a short rest, I can free fall and turn into a water elemental.
That's what
But
you
the
said.
only problem is us three will be on the beach and you'll be alone in the water against quite a few enemies. I don't know how many will follow us.
And you don't have how many hit points?
As a water elemental, I have a lot. I have like 114.
Oh.
If they can find me.
Well, they're aquatic creatures, so I assume they're used to seeing
But
such things.
in water, I'm invisible.
So at this point, we're starting your short rest.
Yeah.
We're talking as we're resting.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can
Alright.
talk
Yeah,
as
yeah,
we're
Fair
resting.
enough.
I was like, yeah.
So
Like,
if you
well,
were to
I'm
drop
thinking-
into a water elemental, you can at least snake your way back onto the shore. We could fly in.
All I need
And
to do
then-
is get to
and-
the shore.
And as far as, I mean, it's.
No.
Am I invisible in the water as a water elemental? Yes or no?
I would say you're very hard to see.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to say. That's
Okay.
the DM's verdict.
Thank you.
Underwater, you are very hard to see.
Very hard to see.
So-
So I would probably, I could probably make it to the shore by myself.
If we
But once I get there, if I come out of it, I'm done. I'm not changing. I can't change into anything else. So getting back
Yeah,
to
well,
the
guess
boat.
what? We're there to get this thing, and if we die trying to get it, then we just die.
Well,
no,
my only thing is, if we get in there, kill them. I have something. If I change out, I have something I can put a wall it's a wall of thorns I can put on the front of that door. That makes it kind of hard for them to get out. But
What door?
the door you
The
couldn't
door
see
you're
through.
worried that other enemies.
I can put a
will come
wall of
through.
thorns there. Which, I mean, doesn't make it impossible to get out, but at least slows them down. That gives us enough time to kill that guy. I don't have anything to get us out.
Now, if we kill this guy, would we, mitigate any further battle? Since he's like the leader of this?
No, I bet
I
it's
don't
one of
know
those.
the race well enough.
I bet it's one of those. As soon as he falls, another one immediately takes his place.
Does he look like he has a
They-
second in
they
command?
They seem like pack creatures to me, though.
I mean,
Right,
if we
I
take out
highly
their
doubt.
strongest.
I feel like if we take out a couple of them, a few of them, yeah, we'll have a good upper hand. But
If we can,
I don't think if we just take out one, it's gonna.
Did it look? I don't know. I could tell that the Kraken probably wasn't a full-grown one. Is there any way I can tell whether this dragon turtle looks full-grown?
It's pretty matured. It seems a dragon turtle in all the sense in ways. The shell is huge, totally armored. You can see that there's actual teeth coming out. It's a full-grown, bona fide
Really element
dragon turtle.
Long.
I don't know about the Shazar.
I say it's either we've either got to do it or we got to get out of here.
Yeah, the only
Oh.
way to do it is just to make it to the beach and
Yeah, fight it
Hope for
out.
the
see
best.
what happens.
Yeah.
If you can find maybe a vantage point, we said there's no vantage point on the beach, right?
I mean, it's just the beach. There's no,
No.
like up high place
No up high place.
that I could see with the eye, right?
You didn't see anything
It's
like that.
just sheared off
Okay.
mountain or
I was like-
As soon as you're done with your rest, man, just
Right, because if
I
we
think
could,
I think that's what we got to do.
is there a way we can make a vantage point?
well, that was
If you're
his-
Iceman,
or druid.
That has the ability
to-
prepared for
yeah,
that.
to stone like shoot out of stone
Yeah.
ledge for me, but
I was like, to keep him out of
It's so hard for
any
me
sort of harm's way.
'cause I'm kind of the only healer we got, so it's just really hard.
I will
for me
say
to,
that the reading I've done of dragons, they all have some sort of a breath weapon. I don't know about dragon turtles, but they are of the draconic lineage.
Oh, we
So-
got killed by a
But
dragon.
if it's
Be
a turtle,
prepared
I
for.
know, that was a quick battle
would it,
too.
could it only be used underwater if it's a turtle?
I don't know.
Let's just
I
put
do
it
know
this
that
way.
it is of the draconic family, so there is a possibility that it has some kind
We
of.
about died to a dragon.
Well, not even, it was to a druid dragon. It wasn't even a full dragon.
Well, this is.
It
What?
wasn't a druid dragon.
Oh, I thought it was a druid.
He spit out acid, wasn't it?
The nasty
It
guy?
was a, it was
green dragon?
it was a black dragon.
He spit out acid on us, and we took heavy damage, didn't we?
No, yeah, we were like, what, level 5, level
It
4?
don't matter. This is much bigger than the one we fought.
So
Well,
I would
anyways, we
assume.
gotta do
any
this.
which way we do it,
Okay,
I've
now,
got to take a rest right here.
Well,
Okay,
we're
how about
rested
this?
already.
we just need this guy's head. Shoot, we can just cut his head off and bounce.
You're planning to cut his head off while
How
the
are you
dragon
gonna do
turtle
that?
and the
You
rest
gonna
of
get
his
on the
minions are
dragon
attacking
turtle?
us?
I mean, I don't see anybody else on the guy's back.
You know we'll have to kill him to cut his head off, right?
Yeah.
You know
You're
there's
gonna
gonna
fight-
be hordes of minions and a dragon turtle stopping us from getting his head, right?
And sharks.
I'm hoping we can. I'm hoping we can hold him back, or at least grab the guy and bring him to land.
How about this, Vaughn?
Yeah,
We'll look for an opportunity.
at least closest
Got an
opportunity.
opportunity, take it.
So the plan is take a rest, and then we're going back.
That's what
Yeah.
it sounds like.
Worst case scenario,
We die.
I can get
Fair enough.
I can get one person relatively out of here.
To tell the tale.
We can go back to the captain and say, "Yep, they're all dead."
Let's sail back.
Let's
Where's his
up,
head?
up,
Didn't need
the,
it.
up the anchors and get out of here. All right, let's do it.
All right.
Okay.
I'm always
Worst case scenario, 3 new characters are gonna be coming to the table later.
I guess the good thing I got 2 of them prepared already, pretty much.
So you guys take a short rest.
My wizard
Yep.
though.
Yeah, we're taking a short rest.
In this tumultuous time, you guys kind of spend it looking at each other, tentatively,
Is there anything that you guys would like to say before we die? If we do?
awkwardly.
I know I haven't been with you guys very long, but it's been an honor.
Yep.
Same here.
So, the hour is up.
Alright.
So the plan is to go in there.
Drop
Straight
We
it.
to the
going in
beach.
there stealthy, or are we just going in there quick?
They know we're here. There's
Yeah.
no reason to be stealthy.
I mean, he lightning struck him already.
Let's
Can I go ahead and pull my sword before we fly in?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and we'll.
we're
Pull us
gonna-
some gun.
We're gonna
Here we
beeline
go,
for-
boys.
We're gonna beeline for the beach.
Yep.
Meet us there.
Here we go.
I'll message you once we get inside to see if everything's okay with you. But I'm sorry to say I don't think we'll be able to help you. So you're on your own.
That's fine. That's fine. I got this.
Okay. So, first step.
5th level fly. Us 3.
Yep.
And I dive
I
off
go-
the side.
I go to the edge.
Um,
I jump off.
Turn to a goldfish.
Turn to a goldfish.
Flat. We're like gods.
Hey,
What are you gonna
he's
do
going
with
to
that?
the seam.
Okay. In almost like a seamless fashion, you guys all dive off the side of this cliff along with your friend, and midway, Xanon, water kind of flying off next to him. You guys still going to head dive quickly, come to a stop into a break as Xanon goes directly into the water. Xanon, as soon as you go into the water, you see water.
Awesome.
There's nothing nearby by the looks of it. Where do you guys go? Straight into the tunnel?
Straight into the tunnel.
You guys
Beeline right into the
start
sword.
going to the tunnel.
So I can't, as I'm going through, I don't see anything.
Nope. As you guys begin to
Fantastic.
fall along the top surface of this water, you guys come to the main part of the cavern, and with you following behind, are actually I think right in tow.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just I'm skimming the roof of the entrance.
And
So
I'm
you-
not,
Yeah, right,
I'm
right.
not making a straight line. I'm kind of hugging the wall.
You don't see much. You guys begin to
Oh boy.
curve over the top, and you guys finally get to the beach. Come down to the surface of the sand.
Ready.
You guys steady yourselves right there at the edge, probably right along here.
Mm-hmm.
And they're speaking of which, why don't we guys set you guys up? Who wants to? Where do you want to be?
I want to be near the dock.
Okay, so we'll put you right here. Put you right there. Bashra?
I wasn't gonna go to the dock. I was going more towards the corner over here.
Okay.
I'm gonna
So
hover.
right over here.
Yeah, I'm gonna hover probably. Well, not at the water, like back by the wall. I'll probably be up like 30 feet or so.
Okay, good to know. And then,
Just put me right there by the door, man. The one in the back there, yeah.
okay, there's the door. And
Oh,
then
you're going by the door?
that's actually yours.
Close to it. I just want to make sure that I'm the one that's going to take. If there's any sneaking out, I'm going to get them before
Okay.
they get me.
So you guys are there, posted up, ready for it to come. You guys watch the surface of the water, waiting for anything to break. You guys wait, and you wait, and you wait, and you wait, and you wait.
I don't see anything. I can see invisible still.
Time passes. Another minute.
The sword is not even wielding anything of warning.
Nothing. It is dead silent.
What happened?
I'm going to fly down and dunk my head under the water and see.
Water.
They bounced.
Still water.
They saw us there and they bounced.
Oh God,
The ship.
they're going for the ship.
Can you go through the door? The magic door?
Ship.
Into the ship.
Oh!
Can I just? Where's all the people?
Ah! Your voice
I'm
echoes out
ready.
angrily. It echoes. Nothing comes back.
Ah,
That's what's playing.
so we need to.
I mean,
why we have flying? We need to do something.
We only have it for 10 minutes.
Has it been 10 minutes? How long have we waited?
Probably only been like a minute.
Okay.
Or
But
actually,
still.
no. Actually, you guys were probably waiting for a good several minutes for something to happen, and
Yeah.
nothing did.
So we can fly in there. So now what? Now we're stuck in this.
I guess we need to go see what the door, what was holding the door.
Okay.
Maybe back to ship.
I'll fly over to the cave entrance.
Okay.
Still magically dark.
Still dark.
I'm
But
going
Shazar, your
to-
friend,
join me over
Drops
there?
by. Yeah.
I'm going to cast a spell
I have
magic
my-
on the dark.
I'm just facing him.
I'm staying.
Okay.
I'm coming like this.
So you watch as the darkness kind of recedes, and it seems to be just like this basic square room. Sitting right there in the middle is like this pedestal with like this clear like orb sitting on top of it.
Do I know what the orb is? Ever seen an orb like this? An orby kind of orb?
It's spherical.
They could be going for the ship, and I don't have scrying. It'd take me 10 minutes to set it up anyway to see what they're doing.
Can you talk to the captain?
I can, but
We wouldn't be able to get to him now.
I mean, at least we know.
He can't get away fast enough. There's no way. I mean, he ain't got the
Turtle,
crew
but at
for
least
it.
he could be in a different area. Okay.
So can
Using
I walk
spells
in?
though.
Yeah.
Can I walk into the dark?
It's not dark anymore.
No, it's not dark.
So can I go in there and I can't even really. I wouldn't even know what the orb would do.
What do you guys want to do?
Can you move the orb?
How?
Is it attached to the pedestal?
Appears to be.
Look here. The last time I grabbed a hold of an orb, it's almost sucked me in it. I'm a little.
I remember that.
Oh,
worried
Spear
about-
annihilation action? Nice.
I don't know that I want to go touch another orb.
I cast Mage Hand
Okay.
and go over and how is it like a hand could pick it up?
It appears like you can just lift it up. It's like a crystal orb.
Like could I pick
Kind
it
of
up with
similar
Mage
to
Hand?
Lord of the Rings, that Eye of Sauron
Oh,
kind of
okay.
deal.
Could I pick it up with Mage Hand?
You kind of try to grasp it. It's kind of heavy.
But does it seem like it would move like much to where like it's not attached, or does it seem attached?
A little. It kind of shakes a little bit as your mage hand kind of tested it.
I can't push it off.
Make an Arcana check.
I just,
18.
You kind of begin to kind of shakes a little bit. You see like dust that's kind of gathered at the bottom kind of falls off the pedestal and
falls off.
falls.
But nothing's. It's not being. Your hand's not being drawn into it.
Well, his mage hand's touching it.
I know, but wouldn't that pull it into it? If it was,
Mage Hand's just an astral.
man, I don't.
I want to take the time to identify it because we need to get back to the ship, and I don't want to use a bunch of spells, but we don't have a good way to get back there all together at the same time.
No. What are you guys doing?
Would I?
Can we go pick the orb up and put it in? You can't. Got no room in there.
No.
Nobody's got no way of carrying this
We
thing.
could wrap it in a cloth and store it in a backpack.
Okay.
Put it in my
Lord of the
backpack.
Rings style.
Yeah, I got a
let's do that.
backpack.
There you go.
Yeah, if someone have some errant cloth.
Yeah,
Probably.
I do.
Actually, I just since they're ruined anyway, and we seem to be in a lot of water, I'm gonna take off my alabaster robes,
Okay.
wrap it in it, and put it in one of their bags, and just have my arco mechanical armor on.
Alright, so as you step into this room, you're almost tentative to reach out and grab it,
I know I am.
but you reach down and it flashes. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Both of us?
Should've went in there.
Oh no, 11. Ruh-roh.
Oh no.
Even with the cloth?
Mm. 16 points of psychic damage, and you are blinded. You guys watch as the flash kind of rings out. You guys kind of blink, and you don't know what to do, or kind of blind for a second, but it didn't seem to reach you. When your vision kind of clears, you look into the room. Bosch was gone.
He's gone.
He's gone? What do you mean gone?
He's not there.
Like gone?
He's not there.
Oh, Jesus.
We lost Boshra?
I knew I should have cast it back up.
Roll a d4.
Oh
A
no.
D4?
Oh no.
Are you dead?
Are you gone?
Oh no. Oh no.
Guys.
You have the gold!
He said, guys.
2.
See, That's why you don't go and touch an orb.
Okay.
But I threw the rope on top of it.
Good to know. What are you guys doing?
Good to know.
Do we go after him? Like, what do we got to do?
He's just going. I'm still
Oh,
outside
I'm
of the.
still-
So is my robe laying on top of the
Oh.
orb?
It is. We'll get to that.
What's is
I'm not
Belteshazzar
going to touch
freaking out?
that stupid orb, man. I've already.
Oh, I just screamed. What happened?
Who's got? Where did Vasher go? That's the thing. Where did he go?
What are you guys doing?
Uh,
I'm not doing anything. I'm too afraid to.
Okay. Xanon, what are you doing?
There's
Okay.
nothing I can do.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna run into the room.
Like Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Oh,
How long
It's
does that
the
last?
robe.
no.
Oh.
The whole room.
Dang it.
Oh.
Wait, I'm gonna use a lucky.
Okay.
I'm gonna use a lucky.
Use a lucky.
I'm using a lucky. That's-
Use a lucky.
Oh man, that was terrible. Please. Okay. Constitution saving throw. 20.
Yeah, it's much better.
Oh, I rolled a 7 the first time.
Okay. You take. You take 7 points of psychic damage, and you're not blind.
Oh, good.
You guys watch as all of a sudden the room kind of flashes,
I'm going
and
to.
he's gone.
Do it. I got a rope, right?
You're going to?
What?
He's going too.
He's gone.
Why?
Roll d4.
Oh, we might be going to different places.
I can't survive.
What'd you roll?
A 1? I think each number does something different.
Good to know. What are you doing?
I'm going.
I can't do anything.
Can
What
I
are you
see
doing?
in the room?
Would I know if I could whelm somebody without hurting them as a water elemental?
What?
Whelm?
Who are you gonna whelm?
I'm gonna try to whelm him and.
That happened.
Okay.
What?
I guess we're going to the orb. I go into the room.
I don't know. Okay. Make
What
a Constitution
happened?
saving throw.
He won't. I was trying to see if I could whelm somebody without hurting them and beat feet back to the boat, but apparently I can't do that. Constitution saving throw as the elemental.
Everyone quit going into the room.
19.
Okay. You suffer.
I am not going in the room.
You're alone now, bud.
Don't go into the room.
There's no way you can get out of there. Were you gonna swim 2 hours back to the ship?
That's what I would do.
You take 6 points of psychic damage.
But I can't because I'm gone.
Psychic damage?
Psychic damage. Same thing. He disappears.
What, 9 points you said?
I said. I think I said 7 points.
7.
This is. Out of all
What
the
are you
times, we
doing?
definitely need a tower. We
roll a
don't have
d4.
it.
Roll a d4.
Yeah, because we could have just towered, turned him into something, and flew out and headed
Yeah,
towards the ship.
1, yeah.
1.
1.
1.
Alright, good to know.
What's
What are you doing?
happening to us?
I'm not doing it.
Okay. We're now move to the next part of this game.
The next part of this game.
So, Bashra, your senses and your vision and your ears are all ringing as you suddenly feel your body tumbling end over end, and suddenly it comes into like a smooth, almost like slide. Suddenly you are kind of whisked around, and you kind of feel your body kind of turning and tossing, and all of a sudden it stops. You land heavy onto like this rocky-like surface as you kind of begin to feel around, and your vision kind of comes into view. With your dark vision, you immediately see you're in a chamber. It looks to be like it's a small chamber, not very big, but as you look around, you see directly behind you a gelatinous cube.
Oh.
Vaughn,
Yeah.
you suddenly same thing. Your vision goes. Actually, yours don't, because
Yeah, I
you
don't
survived
go
the
blind.
Constitution saving
Yeah.
throw. As you blink for like a split second, you watch, and you actually can feel the floor beneath you disappear, and you fall.
Oh.
And you begin to feel yourself tumble end over end over end as you begin to falling through like this, almost like this slide-like system, and suddenly you open your eyes before you can see almost like a greenish-like glow below you, and poof, you suffer. Actually, with slow fall, you don't suffer anything, so it wasn't enough damage to actually hurt you, but you land on like this
Nice.
platform. immediately in your senses you can smell like this caustic like smell, and as you stand up you can see a room full of like these different level pillars all around you, and you can see directly in front of you, almost 60 feet below, a pool of acid bubbling and burbling beneath you. Completely different chamber. Zane, you fall on top of Vashra.
Bashra?
I'm
Am I?
gone.
Am I?
Oh, sorry,
still,
no, you land on top of.
Am I
Dang
still
it.
water elemental?
Ah.
Yes.
I kept my water elemental.
Did you?
You said you ran into the room.
Yeah, I ran. Well, I
He
kept
said
it
he ran
going
into
into
the
the
room.
room.
Oh.
He swished into the room.
Yeah, I can move on land.
Okay. You land on top of Vaughn as a water elemental. Let's roll some initiative.
Initiative.
I'm
Oh.
playing a little hopscotch in
boy.
my room.
Playing a little cube action. How big is the room that I'm in?
Let's show you.
I'm standing out here wondering where the devil everybody went.
Shazar's having a good cry right now.
Tell me about it.
Oh man. Initiatives? Okay. Oh, so this is the rooms we're in?
This is the room he's in.
Oh.
Much different than your room.
Oh, okay. I don't like pools of acid.
This is your room.
30 by 30? Come on.
And it's right there.
How big is the cube?
We'll put this for reference. Is it kind of like warbles and suddenly comes to life right behind you? What is your initiative order?
Mine's 20.
Okay. That's pretty good.
What's a gelatinous cube?
It's a big Jello mold, a live Jello
It's like live acidic jello.
that can completely ensnare you.
Oh. Are you out in the water just skipping stones?
No, I'm standing there wondering if you guys are going to come back.
I don't know.
So I'm going to wait for a few minutes and. Man, what would Belteshazzar do? Would he jump into the site?
I don't know.
I can't do anything. I'm stuck because there's nowhere for me to go.
Would Belteshazzar be afraid?
Not really.
How tall is the cavern I'm in?
It's all about like 30 feet tall.
How tall is the cube?
The cube, I'd say probably about 20 feet.
Dude. So it's a
No,
20
sorry, it's large. I'll probably put it at 15.
It's like a 15 by 15 by 15.
Can't leave them there. Can't leave you all in there.
Yeah, where we went?
10.
Huh?
10.
10 foot tall?
Yeah, I keep on getting the sizes
What's the
mixed up.
dimensions? Is it actually 20 by whatever?
It is 10 by 10.
It's 10 by 10.
I'm just
10 by
putting
10,
a,
10 by
I
10
just
by
put
10.
this as a reference.
That's better.
You can like fit right inside of there pretty nicely too. So.
Oof. He's trying to kill you, dude.
I'm trying to kill all of us, bro.
So,
As you're talking, I jump into the dark matter.
so make a wisdom saving throw as you try and steel yourself to jump into whatever is going on. I'd say that's enough. Especially for a rage, like barbarian like yourself, you make a Constitution save throw as you enter the room.
So he was. So what Ash was trying to say is he was trying to kill us. Whether we fought this line of people or walked in this room, we were going to die.
So what am I?
Constitution.
Saving throw?
Yes, sir.
That is ooh, I have a 28.
That certainly saves.
Hey, oh,
You suffer. $11 points of psychic damage. Roll a d4.
You went into the room? You were into the room. Oh god, what's he gonna land on?
Come on, 2 or 1.
Oh!
4?
Oh,
Different room.
no.
Dude.
No.
Really?
That's That's so freaking comical. You land on top of some cushions.
Are you kidding
Nope.
me?
Cushion.
The barbarian landed in the safe
That
room.
is so amazing.
Dang
the
it!
barbarian landed in the
You're
safe
the one
room.
with the most hit points.
You're up first. What do you wish to do?
Oh, did you get my initiative roll?
Teleportation out of there.
Sorry. As it
Well, it's
it's-
all out the window now.
it kind of warbles in front of you.
Well, I'm going to spit out a 3rd level fly and fly up to the top of the room.
Okay. So and as you're kind of looking up, you're trying to see where that entrance or whatever you came through. It's not there.
That's fine. I just want to be up and away from it.
Boy.
Okay, so you feel as if you're pretty far away from it.
Cushions. That's not.
You don't know that.
Taylor, no.
So watch this kind of
Huh?
and then just kind of like slowly kind of underneath you.
No attack.
No tech.
Well, there's that.
Light 'em up.
Die, Jello.
Are we doing like?
Oh wait, I
Are
would
we
say you would get an attack of opportunity as you kind of flew on by it.
Was it directly in front?
Yeah, that's store or narratively you land directly in front of this creature. Yes. But it probably doesn't hit you with a 9.
That it doesn't.
I figured not. So you get out of its way. It is now your turn. What do you wish to do?
So this is literally a 1v1 until we.
Do I know what this is?
It's a gelatinous cube.
I know it's a gelatinous.
Oh
cube.
yeah, everybody in the wizard community knows of the gelatinous cubes.
Do I know if they're intelligent?
Doesn't seem to have a brain.
That is intelligent.
Honestly, like as a wizard from,
As in, like, do I know, like, the psychic spells that I usually is kind of my forte? Do I know if they would have much of an effect on it?
you want to know if it's like immune to psychic stuff.
Not necessarily immune, but yeah, I mean, like, because some things require my targets to have an intelligence of a certain level for it to actually work.
Put it this way,
I know they're sentient to an extent.
it almost has no intelligence.
Boom.
So we're gonna call that a,
You'll know that from your experience within the Alabasta Conservatory.
well, then we're gonna call that a good old-fashioned firebolt and see what happens.
All right, go for it.
Fireball or fireball?
Bolt, not fireball.
Firebolt.
Firebolt.
Firebolt!
Firebolt.
Let's call that, 20. Unnatural.
Natural?
Unnatural.
Oh, that certainly hits. Normal damage.
What are we gonna fight?
So how's your relaxing on the beach going?
13.
Uh,
No. 16.
Hey, Lenny's like, ah.
Why was I so afraid?
Fireball, or fire damage.
This is what the
Okay.
rest of them are
You
saying.
watch
This
as
is
the
pretty nice.
as
I
Jazz
don't know why
kind
you're
of
not
like
piercing it.
shakes like in a visceral reaction to your to this strike. The damage just taken. And it kind of towards the wall.
Oh god.
As it begins to like, it crawls 10 feet up the wall.
It can crawl up the wall.
It's
That's-
crawling
that's- Okay.
up the wall.
Are we just doing my battle or are we hopping between?
Well, depends on what spells you throw out.
Well,
If you're doing a cantrip battle, we can jump around.
because I'm pretty much just gonna like keep zipping to opposite corners of the room and
Okay.
just firebolt the hell out of it.
Okay, so
That's
Uh,
essentially my plan.
Belteshazzar, you kind of sit up, ready for action. Your sword, crushing at all the cushions and the pillows in front of you. You're like, oh, the door's over there.
Oh gosh.
Oh god.
You go into an open chamber.
Oh my lord.
Just random cushions in a room.
Yeah, seems to be the.
I mean, I guess I don't know. Never mind. Don't worry. about it.
Anyways, you guys, you now stand on the on this pillar. It's not even it's probably like a 5-foot pillar just for you. And you guys are probably really struggling to stay on
Especially
on
as a
one.
Yeah,
water
you're a water
elemental.
elemental.
Aren't you immune to acid damages with elemental though?
Not immune.
I don't want to die.
I would give you one. No, never mind. What are you gonna do?
What do I see? What's my room?
Okay, so I really want to drop something for you because this is you're pretty much looking at you remember in Samurai Jack where he's doing the training on the video game where he's jumping across these pillars and below is the deep cavern.
Yes.
That's what you're looking at.
Okay.
It's almost like Hot Frog.
So
you
you're
know.
gonna jump to the cavern, the next.
And these pillars, they're pretty spaced.
Pillar.
They're spaced in a way which you can actually jump to the next one.
Okay. I shouldn't have a problem with that. So I'm gonna jump to my own pillar.
Okay. So you quickly jump. Dietar, what kind of ability? Is there like a golf ability for the?
There's a well.
Like,
He
can you?
can be in someone's space, I think.
If that's the case, then I need to know that right now.
Yeah. I
You can
have.
occupy someone's
I
space,
have.
right?
It's called Whelm. Each creature in the elemental space must make a DC 15 saving throw. And
Yeah,
but
but
if
like-
they fail, they just take damage.
Yeah, but
I
as
can be.
as the water elemental, you
Yeah.
can just be in someone's space, right?
Yeah. Water form, the elemental can enter a hostile creature space, stop there. They can move through spaces as narrow as 1 inch.
Okay. All right. Good to know. I would say to exit this watery like area,
Yeah.
make a strength check.
Can I not just like?
Release me.
Can I not like move? Like give him like. Arch my body.
I'll allow it.
I mean, he is water.
Yeah.
Makes
Right.
sense.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So you see all these pillars in front of you, acid burbling beneath you.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Do I see that the acid's moving up any?
No, it's just kind of.
Open for you to fall.
Yeah.
Do I see a
Let me see.
door? A ledge?
You can see it kind of like craning your body around as you look about this space. You do see past this one taller pillar, as you kind of crane your neck, you can see a doorway.
Okay.
Not too far away.
Oh, perfect. How far away?
Not too far away.
Enough for my ring of jumping can help?
Well, certainly try.
I don't want to overdo my luck here. So I'm just going to jump to the pillar closest to me
Okay.
in that direction.
Okay. Easy enough. You kind of steady yourself and hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And then I'm going to keep going.
Are you just doing one at a time?
I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't know. If I can just,
Okay.
get there.
So some of the pillars are spaced further. You guys actually hear that?
Yeah.
Do we really?
Yeah, you hear that.
What?
How? I'm in an enclosed space.
It's kind of
Balls within.
which you haven't seen. We'll get to that later.
Okay.
Where were we? Oh yeah, some of the pillars are not like directly next to you, so it will be hard to get to them.
Even with a ring of jumping?
I drop my form.
Okay.
I cast conjure animals,
Okay.
and I conjure 2 giant eagles.
Okay.
One for me, one for him.
You can conjure giant eagles?
Yeah.
That's rad.
My spell says 2 beasts of challenge rating 1 or lower.
Does it require like a high level spell or anything like that?
No, it's a 3rd level spell.
Yeah,
but
but
it says you summon a face spirit, takes the form of a beast, and appear in an unoccupied space that you see within range. Choose one of the following options that will appear: 1 beast of challenge rating 2 or lower, 2 beasts of challenge rating 1 or lower, 4 of half or lower, and 8 of.
and
quarter
giant
or
eagles
lower.
is one.
Giant eagle, I can show you.
Okay. So let me just look at this real quick.
Giant eagle is a rating of 1, and
Hey.
it says right here that I can 2 beasts of challenge rating 1.
Okay. There you go.
Nice.
There you go.
So I conjure 2 giant eagles, 1 in his space, or 1 near him and 1 near me, and hop on, and then I fly out.
Okay. So through
Okay.
through all this, you were kind of excited to face on this challenge by
Nice.
yourself.
Yeah, I was
So you
like,
simply hop across the pillars.
With my monk abilities.
Screwed.
Yeah, but you suddenly are lifted up, and you're taken across the room.
okay. Oh Jesus! I was not making it out of there.
Make sure you keep track of those spell slots.
Yeah, I am. I just marked it.
Okay. You guys all of a sudden run out, and you watch. As soon as you step out, you can see, entering this chamber, you see Belshazzar nearby calling out.
Where are you guys at? Belshazzar! Don't move! Don't move. Nobody move.
All of a sudden, you guys hear not too far away.
Must be Bosher out there, lightning bolting something, or
Can I? Is there more doors?
You can see this is you have stepped into like this cylindrical-like chamber. Directly in the middle of this chamber, there's almost like this beautifully crafted wrought iron, like fireplace, directly set into the middle, and inside is like this dim light, so you can see a little bit around you. And there are, as you're entering this chamber, there's like 4 different doorways going into each different section where you guys originated.
So they came out of one, he came out of one, so there's 2 they haven't gone in yet.
Yes, and the
And then-
one that's for you is actually the door is shut, but they can actually peek in
Oh, what?
and see your battle taking
But
place.
I can't see the door.
You did happen to catch the door, but there was a gelatinous cube.
I'm assuming the eagles did not make it through the door.
The eagles?
Yeah, the giant eagles can't go through the door with us.
No.
Okay.
No, these are human-sized doors.
I just had to make. I just had to make sure.
Can I break
hey
the door?
Bosher, you good in there?
Can you try?
Yeah, I would like to try to bust it open.
They seem pretty sturdy. They're not made out of wood. Try it.
Okay.
I touch him and cast guidance.
Okay. So go ahead and roll a strength check.
Strength
And
check.
add a d4.
Add a d4. Okay.
Add a d4.
Lucky?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Lucky. Wait, will it matter?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I'm gonna use it.
I really want you to.
He really wants to break that door down.
I will. Oh wait.
Yeah, guys.
I just wanted to expend all his luck points.
Oh, wow.
Oh no,
What a
that's
jerk.
not good.
Okay. And then a d4.
Oh no.
Okay. And then I add.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Strength
what I'm
check.
saying.
Yeah. What about?
Never mind.
What about this?
I know he's gonna have that thing.
A strength check. What do I add?
Your strength.
My
Just your
Do
strength
you add the
modifier.
yeah.
Was it so
Strength
far?
check is up
It's
top there, so-
22 so far.
Okay.
What's your modifier to your strength? Like
It's
it's
the
plus
plus
what?
number.
Like what number is your strength?
Oh, plus 4.
So
Plus
26.
26.
Okay. So, Vaughn, you get behind the door, and you center within your chi, and
Yeah.
bring into the elements all around you, and you.
Yeah.
And you watch as the door kind of breaks inward. You can see along the hinges, almost as if it looks almost as if it's snapped in certain places, and you try and push it, and it kind of stops. You're like, what? It's a pull, so you pull it over.
That's awesome.
That would be his character. for
That would be
sure.
me.
Son of a gun.
Directly inside, you watch as Vasha suddenly brings out both hands as the gelatinous cube suddenly dissolves before you guys.
You didn't even have to do that.
Nice.
I figured what that kind of battle would be.
Yeah.
It was a no-brainer.
Couldn't keep up with me, so eventually I was gonna wear it down.
Yeah, you don't
Nice.
Well,
now
So
where
I
are
come
we at?
drifting out, flying.
Well, what's the fourth door? Can I? Does the fourth door have one of those little things on it too?
No, but you do see that this one is shut. It is made out of solid metal,
Metal.
like serious metal.
Like even more than my door.
Oh yeah.
So door
There's no way where there's no need.
So
to
in
do
other
that.
words, we all rolled the complete not door that we probably need to go escape from.
Right.
Right, so there's no other doors around other than that
Just the
one?
one metal door that's completely shut. Should we go
Hello.
back in here? Huh?
And welcome to my prison. You guys hear a disembodied voice suddenly speak to you. I am its sole inmate, and you are my esteemed visitors. It's been so long. You must understand my excitement. But seeing such new faces. But anyway, tell me, why have you come here?
To this?
Well, we certainly didn't mean to.
Bashra? That's an Aldian accent.
Wait, he said Bashra?
No,
he's
I'm telling
saying
you.
You recognize it as an Aldian accent.
You thought he said your name, didn't
Yeah, I was just like,
I know. I was like,
Oh,
you know
what
it's
the
you.
what the frick just happened?
Dad? No, I'm just kidding.
It's that, straight up that scene from Ratatouille where he goes all the way back.
You sound Aldian. Who are you?
That is very astute. You must be a wizard of Aldia yourself. You certainly look like it with your robes and such nature. But don't worry, you'll get to know me soon enough. I assure you.
Oh, okay. Sorry about your door.
Did we see him?
Nope.
Can you
Oh,
show
where are
can you
you?
show yourself to us?
I could, but you first have to come to me.
Where?
You're not in this room.
I've not seen that room in so long.
And I assume you're through the door that we have not yet entered.
Which have you not entered?
The
Big
steel-
steel
the
door.
Oh, that door. No, I'm not in that one. That one's for. Never mind.
A dragon?
Can I insight that? To like see
I was
if
about
can
to ask.
Sure.
If, I was about
what
to ask if I could insight that.
Make an insight check.
the bad mojo going on there.
No, Belshazzar, what did you fight?
24.
Pillows.
23.
Pillows?
Yep, I cut up a bunch of pillows.
Well, I landed on a pillar, and then I had a Xanon land on me as a water elemental.
Sweet.
We were on a 5-foot pillar with acid beneath us.
Not threatening.
It's a little difficult there in the first second.
You made it.
Yeah.
We're together.
He summoned us an eagle and we flew out.
Okay. So where do we go?
Is there a door?
Well, my esteemed visitors, you see before you a dwindling fireplace.
Yeah.
Good luck.
A dwindling fireplace?
Pit. So we gotta jump in the fire pit?
Or rekindle it.
We have to rekindle it?
You want me to blast fist the fire snake on that sucker?
I cast a firebolt at it.
Okay. So you take your hand coming over to the other side of this fireplace, and you see there's actually space to feed material into it. And you kind of reach your hand in, and you watch as the flames kind of die down back to where it once was.
We need to get some material. Does anybody have any?
Does it look like the fireplace moves?
No, not really. Actually, looks pretty sturdy and in
Let's
place.
take the wood
Can I
from the door.
do like a couple firebolts in a row into it?
Can we just take the wood from the door that he just broke down?
It's a metal door.
I thought his was wood. The one he broke into
He
yours.
said it would be hard because it wasn't wood.
Oh. Is there a wood door here?
Sorry, I am trying to load some dungeon music.
Was there? Your room had furniture
Pillows.
in it,
Pillows. I can go in there and grab the pillows.
or we can grab the furniture and break the furniture apart.
Which furniture?
I
There wasn't no furniture.
it
There
was
just pillows.
just pillows.
Just pillows.
Mattresses, pillows.
We can
Was there
grab-
I can,
chairs or beds or
Snuff
anything
the
in there?
fire out if I need to.
We need to feed the fire. We don't need to snuff it out, right?
Well,
Okay, I'm gonna run in there in the room and grab all those pillows and mattresses and throw them on fire.
I can, light it further with my elemental powers.
Okay. So you run over, grab those
That
pillows
way.
and those various things, run back over at the fire, and you kind of gotta stuff it through the opening, but eventually you get in there and wait for a second as the flame takes on the pillows, and you see it begin to, the fire kind of spread around to the edges as it kind of begins to smolder, and it kind of begins to build into a legit fire before your very eyes.
Can I like feed it with fireballs? It's like
Oh, something's moving.
Something's happening. Something happened.
Where's that?
Behind you, an entrance opens up.
Sweet, let's go.
I guess we gotta go. Do we see it? What does it just look like a dark hallway?
You see, it kind of opens into like a short corridor, and it is dark. Those with dark vision, you can see a certain distance into it, and you would probably be able to see this short corridor breaks into a stairway leading down.
stairway.
Do I see it?
I
60
mean, I
feet
guess we
dark
don't really
vision?
have a choice but to go in.
I see.
I'm sure if this
Do you
fire.
have a stone? Then?
Stone?
I can make some light, only for 1 minute though.
Do we
Or you
want
had
to
an
throw
object.
something in there?
Huh?
Well, if you guys had an object, it would give you light.
I know.
Do what?
Well, we have one, but he can't use it because it makes him blind.
All right, gotcha.
Unless can you walk forward? Can you walk ahead of it? Oh. Did you walk ahead of us?
No, it's not. It's a matter of the casting of it.
Mine is just a harmless sensory effect.
Oh no, I'm good.
With that stone? With the
Yeah.
gem of
Don't we have
brightness?
something in our back that we
Yeah,
can
we have the
and
gem of
Yeah,
light?
that's what we're talking
We
about.
have the gem of brightness, but I don't know if it's gonna blind him.
No, it won't. I read it wrong. Someone would have to cast light on my road to blind me,
Oh,
or a daylight
okay.
spell. A daylight spell 5 feet away from me. Daylight's like a higher
Yeah,
level
yeah, yeah.
spell.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll just.
Hold on.
Does anybody not have, besides me, does anybody not have dark vision?
I have it to
I have
120
dark
feet.
30
I-
feet.
I haven't.
So should I carry the stone since I can't see?
I'll hand him the gem.
Okay.
Do I know the command words for it then? It has 3 command words.
Yeah, I would say you know them.
What are they?
Bright, brighter, and strobe. I'm just kidding with the strobe part. We'll say brightest.
So I tell you basically how it works, and say the first command word will give you light, bright light for 30 feet, and additional dim light for another 30 feet. The second one is a very strong light, and the third one is even more.
So what is how much does the second, third, does it say?
A beam of light. Oh wait. It fires a brilliant beam of light at a creature you can see within 60 feet of you. The creature must succeed a DC 15 Constitution saving throw or be blinded for 1 minute.
I'll just add it.
Yeah, you just add it to your stuff.
It's the.
I should
Each
start
use
making
different
cards.
charges. The thing has 50 charges.
I should start
so
making
once,
cards.
Yeah.
Once
Right.
it reaches 0, it's useless. It doesn't recharge. So be smart with the charges on it. I'm gonna continue the doorway. I'll lead the way.
I'll take it, and I guess I'll say bright.
I follow
Say
right
bright.
behind Boston.
I'll take up the rear.
Okay.
I'll take up the rear since I need the light anyway.
Okay. So once again, say it to me one more time.
It's
Ashra, Belteshazzar,
Vaughn.
and then
Xander.
One. And there he is. That is your marching order. Okay.
So I'm just at the very back. I just say bright,
Okay.
so that way I can see.
You guys watch as the shades of gray begin to give light to colors, and you can see this. These corridors are all smoothed, almost to a point of polished. This is very interestingly made corridor. There's no like actual chisel marks. There's no like geometric shapes. It's just a basic round and flat floored corridor as it leads you to a stairway.
As we're approaching the stairway, I'm just going to kind of say out loud, Does our mystery host have a name?
You kind of wait for a second. Maybe in person.
Let's keep it.
So we.
Did you send a message to the captain?
I don't even
Were you
know.
planning on doing that?
I was gonna, but I didn't want to use the spell slot. We were trying to figure out what to do,
didn't
and
know
then I
it was a
got
spell slot.
shot into. Yeah, it's a
And now we
fairly
don't
decent
know.
level spell slot to send
Okay.
one that far.
And now we're
Yep.
probably not even on the same plane of existence.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, it doesn't.
I could still send one. I can send it into a different plane of existence.
Okay.
Wait, I would know that we are, right?
What?
Since was I the one who didn't get blinded?
I didn't
Um,
get blinded.
Okay, so we knew it was just a trapdoor, right? That's what
All
you
we
said.
seen was a bright flash,
Oh, I
and
thought-
then we were
Oh, you said the floor disappeared.
It did disappear. It wasn't like a trapdoor. It just literally vanished.
Oh,
like we
never
got
mind. Yeah.
transported.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we probably got transported.
I think we're not in the same.
I guess. Screw it.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
That night I really can't.
Yeah,
We-
well,
I
I
ran
don't
out of
know what
third
we're
level spells.
it might be too late
Ran out.
already anyway.
Spells already?
Yeah.
At this point, it's probably too late.
Fantastic. Okay. So I say I get. Keep going. Yeah, keep going.
Okay.
Vasher's in front of us, so he's leading the he's leading the charge.
You guys begin to step down the stairs. Yeah. And it is just a straight down stairway that goes on for a couple minutes until it kind of levels out to a flat floor, which then leads to a spiraling staircase. And you
It goes
begin,
down.
and it's all open. You kind of look over, and as far as the light can see, it's a spiraling staircase.
I don't like open staircases.
No, I have further sight than the light goes. It's still the same thing.
I think you would just barely be able to see the bottom, but it's still pretty far.
120 feet.
It's still pretty far.
Boy.
You begin making your way down.
Way down.
Yeah. This very quiet trek down these stairs as you guys are now within this seemingly from one world to the next, where there was water, there's ocean and waves and sounds. It is now a dead silence, as the only thing you can hear is your various bobs and trinkets hitting against your sides, your breathing, the beating of your heart, the steps against the stone floor or stairs beneath you. You finally reach the bottom, and nearby you see an open entrance.
Like around the entrance.
Nope.
Do I see what's in the entrance?
You can see, for the moment, you can see a platform which then disappears to a dark pit.
Don't like this.
Shifted so
Let's go.
fast.
Keep going.
Keep on walking in.
You step out and you find yourself gathered on this platform, and it's not very big. It can probably hold just you guys, and that's it. With the light now cascading, you now see yourself in a large, expansive room, and directly before you, you can see like a trench, and you can look down and you can see the bottom. It is just the ground. You can see there's many of these trenches all kind of carved into the floor along this expansive room. You can see directly before you, the room kind of curves. For your vision, it kind of curves this way.
So it kind of goes like this.
Yeah.
We're at the front of a big bowl.
No, it's just this platform. We can't move any farther.
There is like there's another platform area. I'd say probably 10 feet, a 10 feet jump, if you will, right across from you.
It's not bad for you.
Oh.
We can throw you across there.
That would
You
be
know, I
yummy.
am a barbarian.
I got a way to get down.
Conjure animals.
No. I got a way to get down.
I'm gonna
It's
jump.
10 foot, right?
To the
I got
bottom
a
of
way
the
to get down.
trench.
I'm jumping.
You jumping?
Mm.
Okay. So you watch as
Into the
Belshazzar
trench?
Yep.
is you see the walls are next to you. They're flat. It is like a a perfectly flat carved trench made of
Wait.
stone.
Wait a minute. As I'm looking out over this platform, does it look like a labyrinth?
Kind of. But as soon as Belteshazzar steps down, you can watch directly before you a light suddenly appears. It is this greenish light that's suddenly like, and you look to your left, another one, and to your right. And that's all in today's session.
Oh, come on, dude.
I love it.